Yo, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? Y'all had me cracking up looking at the comments, man. That was hilarious. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark, for throwing that in there. Because they watching. They absolutely watching. But what is going on? Welcome back to another Yappisode of the Daily Yap. I don't know if you peeped the title. That's what I was kind of doing, trying to tweak things here and there, title, thumbnail, making sure all of those things are crisp and good before we was ready to go. So that took about an extra 5 or so minutes. But everything is up now. Y'all should see it. Welcome back to another Yappisode of the Daily Yap. This is episode number 21, I believe. So welcome back to another episode. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in, or if you a little hater or you op on your way out already, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're on the road to 22K. I appreciate all the support along the way. It has been a crazy last couple of days. I will admit that. It has been a lot. We have been very busy. Took a day off yesterday. Still didn't even go to sleep early, but took a day off. So it was definitely, it was cool. We had to like regroup a little bit before we hit this week running again. If you also are new, you have no idea what's going on behind me, it is a map. Drop your state where you're listening from. That way I can drop a pin for you. It is Sunday night. So after this, or going into Monday throughout the day tomorrow, I will be able to update the map from what has gone on throughout this whole weekend. With everybody that's been dropping your state and dropping your pins. I mean, dropping your state or your country, whichever one. I know we've seen like a Philippines in there today, and I don't think I have a Philippines on the map yet. So you are the first. So I appreciate y'all for doing that. We are crossing the entire globe, listening to the Daily Yap each and every single, I can't say day, but every time we get on here, we're international. So I can't do nothing but appreciate y'all for that. We have a lot to talk about. Obviously, a lot has gone on in the last couple of days. I appreciate y'all that have been listening to the collabs. I believe we collab with the Black Line Brief on Thursday, Friday, something like that. And then what is today? Sunday. Then we collab with Adam, the Real One podcast on Friday night, I believe. What's today? Sunday? We do night yesterday. Friday night, I believe. So make sure you guys go check out those two collabs. It's up on the page. Great conversations with both guys. Really quick, let me just throw up their YouTube channel. That way, if y'all want to go support, you can. Obviously, let me pull it up really quick. Because they were both great conversations. I truly enjoyed it. And on top of that, they was watching. It was a couple of, Lisa, obviously, for one, for sure. But they was watching. A couple others was clipping things and, posting it online saying this is what was said in the collab and all of that. So they watching. And that's a great thing. that is a great thing to know that not only do we have international watchers, we got the ops lurking, trying to see what we talking about. And I'm glad. I'm glad. That means we got some traction going. So make sure you guys go check out these two pages. The Black Line Brief, that is who we collab with on Thursday, I believe. Give him a follow, hit the sub button. He on the road to 10K. Matt, great dude. Always have great conversations. And then Adam, the Real One podcast, that was super fun as well. As you can see, up and coming, 618 subs. We had a great conversation. Which day was it? Oh, here you go. Right here. Great conversation right here. Go check it out on his page and give him a follow, give him a sub. And it was fun. We had fun. We had folks watching this, clipping this up and going to the internet, taking what we said out of this podcast and taking it to the internet and making their own narratives and spinning their own narrative. So that's a great, beautiful thing. I'm glad that we got people watching in the dark. But yes, we have a lot to talk about today. We have obviously, y'all know I always go with Donkey of the Day because that gets me that gets me going. I got my energy drink right here. So if I happen to get going on Donkey of the Day, please just remind me to move on from it if you feel like I'm getting too worked up. So we got a couple of Donkey of the Days. Obviously, I want to recap, what we've all been watching probably this evening, which was what Baron kind of dropped today, with Blake Neff, the weird one, and Blake Wynn, and the undercover low key one, and everything going on like that. If we won't touch on that for too long, and the biggest thing we would talk about today, it would be the Megyn Kelly interview with Shawn Ryan. Because yes, I paid for it, and I was highly disappointed. I wasted my $5. So we're gonna chop it up about that because y'all know how I feel about Megyn Kelly. And after I watched this episode that hasn't been released yet on YouTube, this didn't make me feel any better at all. So we're gonna chop it up about that as well. But let me get to some of y'all comments before we get the show rolling. Who that 00? I appreciate the donation. Thank you for supporting the channel. A little something to show I support you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Annie Hilton, hi from Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. Thank you for supporting from the land down under. We got y'all over here. We over here with it. And Queens might have a Queensland, but we only got 2 pins in Australia, so I don't mind adding a third. That's super easy. Now, when it's like 5 people from the state of Texas all in Houston, that's a totally different conversation. But I got you. I definitely add something over there for Australia as well. Let me see. I got 12x today because I said they treat Erika like Mother Mary, and she's more like I'm telling you, she is a protected individual on X. You cannot say much about her, which to me tells on itself. That lets us know we're in the right place, because what did she do to just become untouchable? Charlie wasn't even untouchable. You know what I mean? Like that's very strange when Charlie, the person who essentially made her, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to downplay everything she did with all of the weird stuff she's done, but her last name that we retracted from her, but Kirk, which was placed as her last name, she got that from Charlie. And Charlie wasn't even untouchable. Everybody touched Charlie as far as like, criticizing him and all of these things. So now all of a sudden, you can't say nothing about that woman. It is very weird. Very, very weird. Let's see. Yup. Thank you, Buffy, for modding and always supporting. And yes, I did move the start time back. Thank y'all for giving me a little bit of grace. I definitely was trying to, I told y'all before, as soon as the sun go down, I try to get a workout in, exercise, all this good jazz. And then on top of that, having, only got 2 or so hours to collect everything that I need as far as what I want to show and all before 10:30. So thank y'all for always giving me a little bit of time. This was hilarious. I don't feel at least is waited just as patiently as this lot of start. Hey, they watching, man. They watching. Absolutely watching. But without further ado, because I see y'all are chopping it up a lot, so I can't wait to get to every single one of them towards the end. Without further ado, y'all know I always start the episode off with some Donkey of the Days, some things that was absolutely funny to me, maybe not to everybody else, but to me, that is also relevant to Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, and all that stuff. So it's not just going to be something random. It is going to be relevant. So as y'all know, I have been looking into Club America a lot lately. Ever since the Un-F America tour dropped that documentary, which, by the way, they're watching too. So Un-F America, I appreciate y'all for supporting as well and watching the the fake chapter reveal unfold with more unfolding. It started off with just their one, and then obviously I decided, I was like, that's absolutely crazy, and I'm not somebody that waits around. So as soon as I saw they created one fake chapter and how easy that was, immediately started diving into the others. So they was actually on the live yesterday, on TikTok live yesterday, and they said that the documentary for episode 2 is on the way very soon. We should be seeing that in the next couple of weeks. So I'm glad to hear that, because I definitely was getting a little impatient, I will admit. But yeah, I'm excited to see what episode 2 brings, because I feel like episode 1 was crazy. We just dipped our little toe in the water and then they just disappeared. You know what I mean? So we've been talking about Club America a lot lately. And what was just so funny, I said, man, let's keep applying pressure to Turning Point USA, Club America, because it's something is there, right? Something is there. I'm sick of the fraud. I'm sick of all these people getting away with stuff when us regular folks got to go through life the normal way, work hard, pay taxes, and do what we can. Then you got these folks that work in nonprofits, that fly private jets, got mansions. I saw Barron's episode today. We're talking about millions spent in private jet tickets and all of that stuff. So they spend millions of dollars on just private jets, when some of their employees, not only just us, right? This is a nonprofit, so they're already getting tax-paying dollars, grants from the government, all this other stuff. But not only that, I feel for the students more than anybody, right? I'm blessed, so I don't. They directly, even though it's tax-paying funds. So yes, I do contribute to Erika's $1 million lifestyle, but I'm not personally directly affected by it. It still bothers me. But what I do care about even more is the students that are out there putting in the work, but they still on volunteer time, or they still getting chump change, while their boss is spending money that they will never see in a lifetime on a singular flight. That bothers the hell out of me. So we've been looking at Club America, which is another entity that was created, in my opinion, another entity that was created to, my dog moving the camera, to move money for mysterious ways. And so as soon as I saw Lisa was assigned to Project Save Club America, I knew we was on the right track. Because first we was on our little own thing, right? We was posting, we was exposing all the other stuff. Everybody was loving it. I was loving it. Everybody was kind of on board, right? We didn't get no pushback, but I knew it was coming eventually. And then boom, Lisa was assigned to Project Save Club America over the weekend. So clearly she got the call. And so she went absolutely nuts over the weekend, and was just every 5 seconds, it felt like, trying to debunk a fake club, which was insane to me, because I'm like, I'm still at 86. I didn't do any research today. I said, bro, you got 86. That's just me, right? There's another woman on X. Her name is Amy. We both laugh back and forth because her own child's school has a fake chapter. So she got invested into it. But I'm like, Lisa, you got like 100 chapters to debunk as fake. You're going to go one by one and tell us that we're wrong on 100 plus times? And she tried her best. She tried her best. And so she went to the internet to debunk all of us, that we were all wrong and fake chapters are absolutely real. So I want to play just a little bit. I know it's very hard. I understand. You guys are probably like, please, we love to hear Lisa. We love it. Please play more. So I get it. But I cannot play too much for you. Okay. If you really want to listen to Lisa, go to her page and listen. But we can't do it tonight. I'm sorry. I know y'all want to hear more, but we just can't. So We're going to pull up these Club America chapters or this video that Lisa made to debunk all of our findings on Club America. And I promise you, this is the only video that I will be playing of her, and I will be skipping most of it. I just want y'all to hear some key pieces and what she had to say on why we were debunked.
Organization is what they're calling it. And she says that most of them are chapters which are still pending, still in the process of trying to obtain their RSO status. So the problem with that is TPUSA still lists every single one of them are real. One case have that
good. Correct? So he doesn't even get the terminology correct. It is a charter versus an RSO, not a chapter versus an RSO. A chapter would be any club, no matter what phase of the process they're in, it's called a chapter. But a chapter can either be in a charter status or they can be in an RSO status. Charter status is an active, real club. In order to submit for a charter, which is the founding documents that you need to establish the club, in order to even submit for that and start that process, students have to show that there are 5 or more students on campus that are interested in this club and want to support and lead it. And it is fully and completely student-led. Clubs can have a charter status for years where they are meeting off campus and in other places before they officially get their RSO status. He incorrectly claims in his video that schools are going to be posting charters and RSO status on their website. This is completely false. They are not going to post charters on their website. They are only going to post clubs that they have given their official RSO status to, because that means that they have been granted funding through the school, access to school resources, and now have the ability to meet on campus. This is why every active club and chapter that's in a charter status wants to obtain RSO status, because it gives them significant opportunities and benefits that they don't get if they remain a charter. The thing that people are getting hung up on is that when you go to the Club America website and you look at the map, it is just showing you active clubs. It doesn't distinguish between charter status and RSO status. And no.
If the website is only showing, I tried to let it play as much as possible so we can get through it before I paused it and broke it down. But if the website is showing us active chapters, that is the issue. We're calling those schools. We're not pulling out random schools out of thin air. We're calling those schools that you just said is an active chapter, and the school is saying, we've never heard of Club America. We've never heard of that at all. That's nowhere near here. And she's it gets much worse. I just wanted to just start with that. Okay. She just said the website contains a list of schools that is active. And that's the main problem, is that the website that has active schools don't have active chapters. I mean, chapters, my fault. I said schools. Don't have active chapters.
Matter whether they are charter status or RSO status doesn't really matter, because they are all real and active, and TPUSA verifies every single one of them.
So I don't want to get too worked up, because it's like it's you know, it's just forever going. It's the same thing. It's like we bring something to the table, and her debunking is like, that's not true. It's like, well, yes, it is. Like with this situation. Hey, I went to the Club America website and I found 86 fake chapters. That's not true. Every chapter on Club America's website is real and active. No, it's not. That's why I just said what I just said. So you can't just say what I said is not true when I'm telling you. I called the schools that are on the website. They don't even know what you're talking about. They don't know what I'm talking about. And I know that they don't know what I'm talking about. So I try to lighten the load a little bit when I give them a phone call. So you can't come back and just say they are real. It's like my 3-year-old child. When you're trying to explain something to them and they just don't listen. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. When I'm trying to explain to him how things work, and he just doesn't believe me. And I'm like, oh my God, that's how it works, son. You're 3. Okay? Just listen. That's what I feel like is going on right now. Lisa, the active chapter list on the website is the issue. They aren't active and they aren't real. Now, she brought up an RSO, right? This whole thing, that was her biggest thing, is that the clubs that they're pending because they're on RSO status. And then that was the big, when she said that, I was like, bro, why does she always come up with something that just makes you be like, what are you talking about? And it makes you so confused that you just give up. And you just like, bro, whatever, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like Kamala Harris. Listen to Kamala Harris. I'm sorry for any Kamala Harris supporters, but it's like listening to Kamala Harris when someone asks her a question and you're listening for a while, right? But the word salad is so salady that you end up being like, what? I mean, okay, I guess I don't even know if you right. I don't know. You just leave there so confused. Like, how did we get to this point? That's what Lisa does. Because once this video came out, she was doing all this other stuff. I was engaging a little bit, but I literally just stopped replying because I was like, I don't even know where we are right now. What are we talking about? She brought up this RSO thing and starts going in on the RSO stuff. And I was like, how do you know that there's 150 RSOs pending? I'm talking about all the ghost chapters that we've uncovered with everybody working on this. How do you know that there's 150 RSOs pending? And I said, so show me 150 RSOs pending with those chapter names on the website that you just said is active. Show me the RSO pending with the paperwork that says this club is pending an RSO. If not, then shut up. What are you talking about? But this is what the funny part was. Amy on X, she's been going back and forth as well with Lisa because she's one of the people that was like, bro, my kid has a fake chapter at the school. And my kid has a left-leaning club that you can join, right? For the extracurricular activities. They have a left-leaning one that they could join. Bro, if my dog hit my camera one time. So she was like, it wouldn't make sense for an RSO status to happen for a right-leaning club when there's an already left-leaning club. To have the right-leaning club pending would be like very, that's like a lawsuit worthy. You can have a left-leaning club, but you don't want a right-leaning club. So she's going back and forth with Lisa. I told y'all I tapped out. I was done with it. But she ends up talking to Grok. And look what she recovered. She's responding to the same stuff. Look, this person says she pulled it from Google AI overview when trying to come up with more information for her next lie. The AI overview response that was given to her actually came directly from Central College websites, South Central College website. But we get down here and Amy says, hey, Grok, does every high school in America have an RSO process for student-led organizations? Grok says, no, RSO is primarily college university terminology for a formal registration process that grants access to campus resources, funding, and facilities. Key thing right here, college university terminology, right? Club America is high school. High schools do not use a standardized national RSO system. Student club policies vary widely by district, state, and school, public versus private. Many require only administrative approval, assistant, basically assistant principal or principal, whatever, plus a faculty sponsor and basic constitution to meet on campus. Others have more steps. Some have minimal or informal processes. So what are you talking about? She went on this whole spiel about RSO. We're not talking about colleges, Lisa. And that's what Amy was actually bringing up to Lisa before Amy asked Grok. She was like, what process are you talking about? This is high school. If enough kids come together and say they want to create a club and they get to sign off from the principal, they get to sign off from somebody on the staff, it's created. It's just like that, especially when you already have left-leaning clubs. But Lisa kept on RSO, RSO. Some clubs, some chapters, it tends to be pending for years until the RSO status is approved. And Amy is like, "What are you talking about?" Then she asks Grok, and Grok says RSO does not apply to high school chapters. And that's what we're talking about. So once again, Lisa was assigned to Project Club Save Club America, I'm sorry. But she misread her assignment because she's over here defending TPUSA college chapters, saying those chapters have to go through RSO status. We're not talking about those whatsoever. We're talking about Club America and high school. And I just thought it was funny because I'm like, bro, I'm done arguing with you. And then let's just let Grok chew her out. Let's just let Grok embarrass her. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me just make sure. Once that happened and Grok told Lisa about the RSO status, let me see if it's still up. I ain't trying to spoil it. I just want to show it. Yeah, it's right here. Once Grok showed Lisa the RSO status, once Amy requested Grok to show her that, look what happened after that. Dang, Grok proved her wrong and she blocked me again. I'm not responsible for Grok. And Lisa blocks Amy. So, I mean, like, what are we talking about here? It's getting crazy at this point. The mental gymnastics these people try to put us through. And sometimes it works if you really engage in it for too long. I told you I only give it about a 2-hour window a day. I'll go back and forth with you for 2 hours. Outside of that, I'm moving on, bro, because it's a distraction. And I told Amy that. I said it's a distraction. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to confuse everybody to feel like we don't know what we're talking about. And people started coming at me too online. And so they kept on saying, bro, you're getting it all confused. Activism hubs are different than chapters. Right? Because I talked about the activism hub that was in Montana that was pinned on an abandoned shed. And then Lisa comes out of nowhere, and I don't even want to pull up all of that and take too much time on that. But she basically was like, TPUSA, and this, she kind of outed herself, but she was like, TPUSA assured me that they're working on their maps to make it more accurate and all this other stuff. And then everybody's like, TPUSA assured you? What you mean by that? We know you are op, but hey, go ahead then. Make it public. But she was defending that all weekend. TPUSA has assured me that they're working on the map. The map isn't accurate, blah, blah, all that. And then one time she was trying to defend the point where like the map isn't really that necessary. And then Amy was like, a map is a map. If you're going to have a map, then you should probably have accurate things on the map. You have it on your website. You thought people weren't going to use your map on your website? So they was bringing that up. And so one big thing that somebody was coming at me today about was that, oh, you've been debunked. One, because I just stopped replying to them. I stopped replying to them. And because of that, they were like, oh, look, told y'all Jay was a liar. Told y'all, look, we told him about the hubs. And then he just stopped replying. We debunked him. So let me respond right now. I told you I'm not going to go back and forth all day long about trying to debunk one freaking hub, bro. I'm not doing it. Then the one hub that y'all want to go back and forth with me about, I already did more research besides showing you the abandoned shed, right? I'm talking about the Montana shed. I don't feel like pulling up. For the ones that know, you know. I pulled up a Montana shed, and you know, everybody been talking about that. It was an abandoned shed, and it said it was a Wynn activism hub in Montana. And it was an abandoned shed that looked run down. And I was just laughing at it. So then that's when Lisa and other people was coming out of nowhere and said, well, you got it all wrong. If you think it's a fake chapter because of that, you got it all wrong. A hub is when it's just a pin dropped in the middle of Gwinnett, Montana, basically saying high school students are gathering somewhere off campus, somewhere, and that's why it's a hub instead of a high school chapter or something like that. So if you think that just because the place was abandoned, you're wrong. That activism hub actually exists somewhere. And I said, well, this is the funny part. Y'all thought this is the part where, like, you gotta remember that it's just the internet, and I'm only showing you what I allow you to see. Just because I'm showing you, I'm exposing some chapters here and there off what you just see on the internet and my 60 seconds on TikTok, or if it's X, that's what I'm allowing you to see. And what they got it confused is that they thought that I was just looking at a picture of a building and saying, look, it's fake, and I would just move on. Little did they know, with the Gwinnett activism hub, that's the one they want to debunk me on. All you have to do for these activism hubs, there's so many things to talk about with this. So let me try to stay on topic, or at least in order. All you have to do to research these chapters and activism hubs is, one, search up their digital presence. It's 2026. Everybody has a digital presence. TPUSA wants to be promoted. They're not going to create a chapter and nobody's allowed to post, tweet, pictures, none of that. They want you to do that. They encourage that. You can talk to TPUSA employees. They want you to post about TPUSA all the time. So when you find real chapters or real hubs, because they do exist, nobody's ever made the claim that all 1,300 were fake. But the ones that are real pop out at you. It's easy to find. But when you have to do deep digging into a club or a chapter, and you can't find any type of digital footprint, digital presence, something is off, because TPUSA wants to promote their brand. So with the Gwinnett Activism Center in Montana that y'all want to debunk me on, I already did the research. There's no presence on the internet whatsoever of high schoolers meeting off campus in some random building together. And it ain't got to be the abandoned shed at somebody's house. There's no presence. There's nothing on the internet of high schoolers meeting somewhere in Gwinnett, Montana, to discuss conservative values and principles. Nothing. I already searched that up. Nothing. No tweets, no posts, no pictures, no nothing. Outside of the governor of Montana saying we want to Club America in every single high school and chapter, and we will be aiming for students in Gwinnett, Montana. Outside of that, there's nothing in Montana or Gwinnett, Montana. So then that's when I said, well, let's go ahead and zoom into the map to see where this pen is landing on. And all the activism hubs are in the middle of the street, or they're on some random place. I found 5 personal addresses that the activism hubs are on in other states. That's an issue. If I can just search up somebody's address as an activism hub. Now, let's move on to deeper conversations involving Club America before we move on with the activism hubs in particular. Because yes, Dr. James is back in the office tomorrow. So we will be making some more phone calls tomorrow. Don't y'all worry. We'll be making some more phone calls tomorrow to these chapters around the country, and growing the list and documenting it, because that's what people want. Obviously, I can say I got 86 fake chapters, but people will still come out and say, you're lying if you don't provide one, which happened so many times this weekend. You got 86, show me some of them. And I'm like, you just search it up yourself. I'm not going to provide the high school and the staff member, and then you go do something stupid on behalf of my name. And they literally was like, well, see, you're lying. If you can't show me one of your 86 chapters that you debunked, you're lying. And I'm like, you can call it what you want. It's stupid for me to give you what I found when it's public information. You go search it up. So I told one person, I said, bro, I found 50 in Georgia. Go search it up. I promise you, if you find one that's real, congrats. Keep going. There's 50 there. Go search it up. But I won't be giving anybody what school I searched up and who I called. You go do it, and then you make your own judgment. It's easy. You have so many different people working on the same case, and none of us have talked to each other and said, hey, what school did you look up? We just said like, okay, cool. This is what this person's doing. I'm going to do this with maybe schools near me or schools in my hometown. But these people are crazy. Now with the activism hubs, for my move on, last thing for real. What people fail to realize with the activism hubs specifically, the high school chapters and the activism hubs is two different conversations. The activism hubs is even more of a loophole for fraud with TPUSA. Why? Because with the activism hubs, it's not attached to a single address. Meaning, when it's a Club America chapter at a high school, it's going to say such and such high school. So, like me, I say, oh, really? I can Google that high school, find the directory, call people to figure out if it's real or not. That's easy. So the fact that they're creating fake chapters with that is crazy because that's right in your face. The activism hubs is the loopholes, because with the activism hub, you can look up any activism hub on that Club America map. It's not attached to an address for a reason. Lisa gonna come out of nowhere and say that's because it's for the community. So, and I'm like, okay, so you're telling me high schoolers are meeting off campus together, and it happens. But with those hubs, again, they have a digital presence. You can pull up real hubs and it'll show you everybody taking pictures, they talking, they got events going on. But for the cities that don't have any presence, I'm like, so you're telling me high schoolers are getting together off campus, meeting together in a shed, in a building, in a whatever, not posting about it, not talking about it, and you want me to just believe that it's happening? There's no proof of it happening at all. You want me to just believe high schoolers are getting together and everybody leaves their phones at home and they get together and discuss conservative values? I'm not buying it. Not with that, not with the activism hubs. The activism hubs are the huge loophole, in my opinion, because it's not attached to an address and it's not attached to a phone number. So you can't validate or verify the activism hubs. You can't call nobody. All you can really do is pull it up and see if they have a digital presence. They might have an Instagram. Some of them do have Instagrams. But for the ones that don't, you have no idea what's going on in that town. And you got the ops, Lisa and all the others that come out and say, oh, no, that's because it's for the community. And I'm like, okay, they still have to promote the same stuff, though. They still promote what's going on. The community will still promote the hub on social media. And they're like, no, they don't have to do that. It's just for the community. Okay, so you just want me to trust that 8 high schoolers in the community are getting together, but we have no proof of that. It's a reason they don't have those attached to an address or a phone number. We cannot verify those. If y'all go in y'all city, y'all will see a whole bunch of activism hubs, a whole bunch of them. They not, some of them, a lot of them are not real. You can't, basically what they doing is, if all of us got together right now in the chat, all 60 of us, and y'all came to my house and we discussed, I said one sentence about Turning Point USA. And then when we leave from here, I say, hey, guess what, everybody? This is Jay's Activism Hub. That's it. That's literally it. It's not real. Most of them, a lot of them are not real. Those are the loopholes. They spam the activism hubs everywhere because we cannot verify if it's real or not. It's hard to. When they do high schools, simple. Call them. But they can't do that with the hubs. We can't do that with the hubs. So Tyler Boyer, in my opinion, I don't know, but whoever, they know the hubs are the loopholes. We can create a whole bunch of hubs. I think in Georgia, I seen it was 20 hubs. I'm like, bro, I've never heard of an activism hub, and I've been there my whole life. And yes, I know that they created all of this with Club America, but I'm like, you're not finna sit here and tell me that there's an activism hub 2 miles this way and there's another activism hub 2 miles that way. That's not gonna happen. But to conclude, because I know I just spent 40 freaking minutes. It wasn't all 40. It was probably 20. Discussing all of this Club America stuff. Dr. James will be back in the office tomorrow. We will be calling some more people, some more schools. Again, we can't call the activism hubs, but we'll call some more schools and we'll debunk a lot more going on with that. Because yeah, it is very fucking gay. I seen somebody say that. It is. Now we got Baron Coleman really quick with the Blake Wynn thing, and then Megyn Kelly, because the Megyn Kelly thing, I'm saving that for last because it's really gonna disappoint y'all because I thought it was gonna be a lot more. It was a 3-hour interview. And I'm probably only gonna show you like 10 minutes. The rest you can go watch, but like, I truly was, I'll get to it. Let's see. You're doing a great job, Stephanie. Thank you for the donation and supporting the channel. You're doing a great job. I think you're an up and coming YouTuber for sure. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I definitely appreciate it. Bays, thank you for the dono, man. I appreciate you. You seem like a good dude. Keep the grass cut and keep doing your thing. Okay. I feel like that means something for something else. I'll keep my grass cut for sure. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for supporting. Let's see. Lisa be sitting on her toilet while live streaming on her day bed. She's so lazy, making the background. Man, I'm telling you, she be quick, man. She be quick. But now I mean we already did a vote in the chat. She hit me up again. Yes, I did see it, Lisa. I'm not ducking no smoke. She hit me up again about collabing, which would be the second time we would collab. And I didn't tell her, but I told y'all already that I value y'all's opinion and I value to, what y'all want to hear and listen to. And we put a vote out twice if y'all wanted her back on the show. And everybody said no. So, I mean, I'm like, listen, I got to listen to my Yap community, man. I can't just go against them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if they don't want you on, they don't want you on. So I said, hey, if they ever change their mind and they say, yeah, bring her on, we'll do it. But at the moment, a couple of nights ago, the vote was a hell no. And then the other night, it was just no. So I think it's getting worse. Whenever they change their mind, Lisa, we'll make something happen. And I'll continue to try. We'll put out another poll today, see if anybody has a change of heart. But I think the biggest thing, if you're watching, Lisa, because I know you clipped me the other night and try to post me online to say, like, look what I said about the Blake Wynn and Erika allegations and all of that, when I didn't really say anything. So you try to spin that. But listen to this one, though. If you were to come out and just be realistic with your approach, like be open, a lot more people would be willing to probably hear you out a little bit more if they know that you are willing to listen to the other side and be open to it. But you come off as like, no. Erika and Turn Point USA is right 100% of the time, and y'all are wrong 100% of the time. There's nothing to talk about. What are we talking about? And we did that last time. Last time you disagreed with me 100% of the time, and I just let you have it. I just said, all right, bro. If that's how you feel, it's like, where do we get? Where do we go from here? I'm not gonna agree with you. So yeah, I mean, I'll put out another poll, and hey, Yap community, y'all just keep it a buck. If you don't want her on, you don't want her on. It is what it is. Now on to y'all know I would get to like all the comments at the very end. So let's get to the content. On to Baron and Baron's episode today about the Blake Wynn and Erika Kirk thing. I'm not going to be pulling up anything because we talked about this a little bit on the last. Oh, I guess we didn't talk about it on the last episode. This is actually the first Yappisode where we're going to talk about this. I haven't drank a single sip. We talked about it on Adam's podcast, the Real One podcast. So I guess this is the first time we're talking about it here on the episode. But, Erika Kirk was accused by Project Constitution of having a little sneaky link. And, she ended up coming out within 10 hours, under 10 hours, denying it. And Blake Wynn came out of nowhere too, denying it. And he wasn't active on X. I think Baron revealed that he deleted a tweet, but he wasn't active on X at all since last August. And then he came out to deny that he was not dating Erika Kirk. I thought that was pretty weird. And so Baron went through it today about how their flights and they were flying together here, in his opinion, flying together there and all of that. Very strange. I told y'all before, I don't really care about all of that. I don't know. I told y'all how I feel about the original posting by Project Constitution. I said, I don't know. It could be real. It could not be real. I don't really know. I don't really care because I never really was into all of that. Now I know some people have hit me up and was like, Jay, this is very important because it shows like her character. But yes, you are right. I'm not taking that away from you at all. For the people that have said that to me, my problem is her character has already been exposed, like to the fullest. Like I think she was involved in her husband's death, so like her having a boyfriend is like way down here. It would be crazy, right? Yes, it is telling of her character, but right now I already view her as like way up here to be a very scummy individual, like up here. So like boyfriend, it's things that I would expect, if that makes sense. That's why it's not really that crazy to me. But when I first saw the video or listened to the girls saying that they saw Erika Kirk, whatever, I didn't really know what to think of it. I just kept scrolling, kept swiping. I was like, whatever. I don't know. If it ends up being real, something will come out that will bring me back to this. And what was that? Erika coming out less than 10 hours later, denying the allegations. Mind you, she don't come out for nothing else. Nothing more serious. I guess the boyfriend allegations was the priority list. Nothing else. Hey, you kind of being accused of plotting your husband's death. Ghost. Crickets. Hey, that video of Charlie that you walked out to in December, kind of creepy. Like it was fake. That's what we think. Can you prove that it wasn't fake? Crickets. That's weird. Just come out with the video. You just told Megyn Kelly on the stage back then that you was watching a video where Charlie Kirk was appointing you. And mind you, that was like months later too. And I forgot who brought that up. But the fact that she said that months later, almost as if they just created that AI video, the AI audio. Because the donor thing happened in August. Erika was saying this as if she just saw it for the first time. And this was something with her and Megyn Kelly in like October, November. She said, when I saw this, and it was her first time seeing it. But there's so many more worse allegations out there that she chooses not to respond to. But she chose to come out and deny boyfriend allegations in under 10 hours and directly respond to Project Constitution. I thought that was strange. And then Blake Wynn coming out and denying dating the Erika Kirk. I thought that was strange. So then I went from not caring to being like, it might be some truth to it. If y'all coordinating, denying the allegations together. Both of y'all come out at the same time. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird for somebody that don't check their phone that much. Right? Because that's what she says. I'm not trying to, make fun of anything like that. She's the one that says, I don't check my phone that much. As long as I'm in the jet stream of God's will, I don't care about all the other distractions. That's what she be saying. All them stupid, dumb metaphors. So I'm like, okay, cool. If you in the jet stream of God's will, then what you worried about Project Constitution for? Saying that somebody accusing you of having a little boyfriend over here, right? Just keep it pushing. So when people be like, oh, she's damned if she do, she's damned if she don't. If she don't reply, the silence is loud. If she do reply, it's not good enough. Well, we're just judging her based off of her expectations and what she has brought to everybody else. She's the one that said, I'm not worried about the outside noise. It's demonic. I don't pay attention to it. Okay, well, here she is paying attention to outside noise. So what does that mean? What are we supposed to make of that? It's our fault for taking exactly what you said literal? If she's not in the jet stream, if it's not in the jet stream of God's will, I don't pay attention to it. And here she was denying having a boyfriend in less than 10 hours. This was posted at 3 in the morning, my time. Everything is my time, Eastern time. This was posted at 3 in the morning. She responded by noon. So somehow a Project Constitution tweet, and this is not downplaying his work. He's done a lot for the case in general. So like even a lot of people are not liking Project Constitution right now because he's been wrong about a few things. And that's him. If he whatever work he chooses to go through and do a rabbit hole on is what it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna be wrong. That still doesn't take away from the fact that there are things that he's brought to the table that held a lot of value that he was right about. But he brought this to the table. And it got Erika Kirk to come out and respond in less than 10 hours. So I thought that was very strange. I still don't know what to make of it, but I think it was shady. I think it was shady for her and Blake Wynn to come out at the same time and respond hella fast to deny it. I thought that was very weird. And then and y'all, I don't know if y'all saw Lisa's video. Lisa came out and got her Widow Warrior outfit and was right there front lines, ready to defend Erika on this as well. And she made a full video calling the hotel that Project Constitution dropped. Hey, is this real? Is this? She was going all out. And I'm not saying what if anybody was right or wrong. I don't know. I was just laughing because I was like, man, this girl is working overtime, bro. She is putting in the work. Now, you know, in her video that I did watch, she called the hotel and the hotel was like, hey, that club doesn't exist here and blah, blah. She was like, see, the club that Project Constitution said that Erika was at doesn't exist, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I understand where you're getting at, but at the same time, like Project Constitution in his video, it literally says that the club is like closed to the public, but it's exclusively accessible to the elite. So like, yeah, it would make sense for somebody to tell you over the phone, no, it's closed. Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Just using common sense. I don't think they would tell you, a normal person over the phone, yeah, you can pull up. And then somehow LeBron is in the same party. Like, it's just not going to happen like that. Yeah, they're probably going to say it's closed. So that's just that. Again, I don't know what was right or was wrong, but at the moment right now, very shady. In this situation, Erika should not have replied. I'm going to just say that. Now to my last one. My last topic, which was so disappointing. So disappointing. I feel so bad for Charlie, man. Like, it seems like he didn't have any real friends in his circle besides Candace. Candace is the only one that's actually doing something that I would expect a real friend to do. Nobody else is doing that. Everybody else is like holding their tongue for whatever. You know what I mean? I've told y'all my theories already because I think a lot of people are getting threatened. And these people are scared. And I think these people are scared because the evil, dark forces that come from beyond, maybe beyond over here. I think that some of these people hold a little stake in that. And that's why they're still afraid of those people. So I think like Megyn Kelly, who we're about to watch right now, I think as much as she comes out and she's like, oh, I'm independent. I'm not bought and paid for. Like, everybody thinks they're Candace, right? Not that Candace is, you know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks that they have all the freedom in the world to say absolutely whatever, but they don't. They don't. I think Megyn Kelly is still being controlled. I think she's paid opposition. She can come out all she wants to and say, you know, they hate me because I won't bend the knee and all of that other stuff. And I'm like, no. I think she's still bought and paid for because she always refuses to talk about certain things to the full extent. Or she's like, oh, I don't appreciate what Candace is doing to Erika. Why? It still involves these people over here. in the Middle East, our greatest ally. So if you have an issue with our greatest ally, but Erika loves our greatest ally, and she's laying in bed with them, figuratively, she's still taking money from them, even though Charlie said, no, I'm done taking money from y'all. How does that not make you wonder, what the hell? If I'm Megyn Kelly, how are you still like, no, I love Erika? That makes no sense at all. So that's why I think a lot of these people are still bought and paid for. And so far at the moment, I know some people are like, oh, Candace is too. I haven't seen it. Because Candace she don't hold her tongue on nothing. Absolutely nothing. But it's just sad because all of these people that came out and claim that they are Charlie's friends, they're not standing 10 toes behind them, bro. I don't really care what y'all say. Tucker Carlson is not standing behind Charlie Kirk. And they don't have to, but just stop calling him your friend. That's my thing. People throw that around very loosely, you know what I mean, in 2026. But probably before that, I feel like back in high school, folks would, it's a forever thing. This didn't just start. But my definition of a friend is more serious than the way these people in politics describe friendship. They make it seem like I would describe the way they're talking about Charlie Kirk, but their reactions and how they're reacting and what they're saying, their actions in general. I would say that they were associates with Charlie Kirk. They were acquaintances with Charlie Kirk. There wasn't a friend. That's why you can see the difference between Candace and other people when it comes to Charlie. Candace is on some friend behavior stuff. That's something I would do. But if we were just acquaintances, I would probably act like Megyn Kelly. If we just being honest, I would probably act like Megyn Kelly. I would act like Tucker Carlson. And I would act like everybody else that's outside of Candace Owens. We're talking about Charlie's inner circle here. We're not talking about everybody in general who's covering the Charlie Kirk case. They were associates with Charlie Kirk. So I have an issue when these people come out and say Charlie Kirk was my friend. No, he wasn't. If this is how you're going to act, if this is what's going on and you don't want to step up and speak up for him, you wasn't a real friend. What Candace is doing, in my opinion, I guess it's from where I come from, what Candace is doing is the bare minimum when it comes to friendship. Just if I die, something happens to me, stand up for me, right? Ride or die for me. Ride or die is like the underlying rule to friendship. That's why we're friends, right? And again, associates, acquaintances, two different things. Co-workers, we cross paths. I'm not ride or dying for you. But if I truly say, yes, that's my friend, like that's my friend. I ain't talking about best friend is going even more. But if I consider myself a friend to you, I'm gonna have you back. I'm gonna have you back. And these people don't. So I'm gonna go through this early access interview with Shawn Ryan and Megyn Kelly. And I just want y'all to know, I'm gonna play it, but I just want to give y'all a heads up. This interview was 3 hours and 16 minutes. I almost watched the whole thing, right? I got to like 1 hour straight of not skipping, trying to look for different topics. 1 hour straight, I was listening. But then it got to a point where I was like, why do I feel like we're not about to talk about Charlie? And not that every single podcaster has to have their whole platform about Charlie, not at all. I look at the people who say that Charlie was their friend, and I'm like, let's see what you got to say, Miss Friend. They went through 3 hours of the interview and did not speak on the Charlie Kirk investigation once. Not once. That was telling for me. Because Shawn Ryan, even though I think he's, you know what I mean, he's not one of them people that I think is free. But he tried to ask Megyn. He tried to bring it up. She just went right on to the next topic. So let me listen to let's listen to a couple of things on the Charlie Kirk on this Megyn Kelly interview. Not the whole thing, obviously. I literally have 3 timestamps that we're gonna go through. And let me know what y'all think, because yeah, this was a crazy one for me. All right, so for this first one that's coming up right here, I want y'all to listen to y'all know I already said Megyn is on the fence, right? She's on the fence. She never has a real side. She's always wishy-washy depending on how the wind blow. And she started off like that in the first 2 minutes of the interview. So just listen to how she starts this off.
Man, like, whoa, total 180.
Yeah. No, a year ago, 2 years ago,
It
post-assassination attempts, he's like, how you like me now?
what do you think of those assassination attempts?
What do you mean? Do I think they were fake?
Which one? Yeah, do you think what do you think?
I think they were genuine. I
You
think they
think
were
they're
real.
legit?
Yeah. I mean, I look at what happened in Butler. It's like Corey Comparatore's dead. 2 other individuals were seriously wounded. There's no question that a man got on top of a roof and took shots at Trump and others and killed at least 1 man. Whether somebody else had something to do with it,
That's more what I mean.
yeah, I don't think we're ever going to know that. I hate to sound so fatalistic, but I just feel like we're never going to know. No one's ever going to really investigate, and they're going to get away with the various things that they've tried to, if not cover up, just keep our noses out of, But I don't really have reason to believe that Butler was orchestrated by anyone in particular, because I haven't seen any evidence of it.
She hasn't seen any evidence that Butler, Pennsylvania's assassination attempt was shady. What are you talking? Tucker has a whole segment talking about all the things he found on the Butler shooter, about his digital presence online and all these different things, and Trump blocking his own assassination attempt investigation. And she's literally like, I think Butler's assassination attempt was real. I have no reason to think that it wasn't real. I 1000% think somebody went up there and did that. People are crazy. It just keep listening to her.
Closest I've seen is Tucker got his hands on the guy's social media, as did Miranda Devine and 1 other person, and did some reporting on how he hated the left, then he hated the right. That's when Trump got swooped in and was sounding kind of disaffected, and then had some weird social media contacts or interactions, and then things went dark. And I think this is what's led people to say, who swooped in and manipulated him, MK Ultra style. That's I'm fine with that question, but there's been 0 evidence that anyone actually did that. Like the whole theory stops there, because
that's the point, Megyn. Oh my gosh, I hate when people say, until I see the proof, until the FBI comes forward and tells me that something's off, I just have no choice but to believe them. Like, these people are, oh my gosh, bro. Nothing going on up here. Nothing. Well, nothing at all. When you got people talking about, I'm going to wait until the authorities bring something to my table or to my TV screen to tell me that something's off. I'm going to wait until they do that. If they don't do that, I don't think nothing's shady going on until they do that. If the police hasn't said anything, then I don't have no reason to worry or think. She literally brings up Tucker's findings, and she's like, yeah, but that's it. That I have no other reason to believe anything else. That's it. That's it.
we don't have anything else past that point.
Now you want more. Somebody's bringing something to the table, and she's like, that's all you have? We don't have anything else? That information is huge, Megyn. What are you talking about? and from there, Trump shuts down his own investigation. She really will piss. She might piss me off more than Lisa. I'll be completely honest. Megyn pisses me off.
point.
For the life of me, I just can't understand why you would cut the investigation into your own assassination attempt.
Yeah. Well, and he would say he hasn't, and Kash Patel would say that hasn't happened.
Joe Kent would say otherwise, and has been for a long time.
And not just that one.
So what do you have to say, Megyn? You're literally acknowledging that, oh yeah, it is kind of strange that Trump cut off his own assassination attempt investigation. And he's like, yeah, and she's like, yeah, and Trump would say that he didn't cut it off. And Kash Patel would say he didn't cut it off. Shawn Ryan is like, yeah, but Joe Kent would say otherwise. She's like, yeah. Bro, this lady is controlled opposition. She is paid and bought. And I used to love Megyn Kelly. Like, I don't want to make it sound like that. You know what I mean? She wasn't all that, but I used to like her content because she shouted me out back in. This was after Charlie died. I was going down this rabbit hole of Charlie Kirk. And she was watching, she was posting some of the content on her show. And I started listening to her from there because I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. Like, she seems pretty cool. So I started listening to her from there, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, she's straight. You know what I mean? Like, I could listen to her and, like, you know what I mean? Not all the time, but she was cool. But then, like, man, I just started listening more and more, and I was like, especially when the Candace thing got very popular to hate on her, I started to realize, I'm like, oh, so you just 1 week you over here because it's trendy, right? You want to be on Candace's side, the person that's challenging the narrative. But when it's not trending, or when it's trending in the wrong way, because Candace will trend on the wrong side of X or not TikTok, but X, where everybody's just hating her and calling her mean names and stuff, then Megyn just goes dark and she's like, I don't know why people won't realize that Tyler Robinson climbed up on that roof and did that. It's so obvious. It's so clear. It's clear as day that he did it. And I'm like, bro, you just last week said it was just weird. And you got so many questions and nothing makes sense to you. And Candace has every right to question everything. Now you're telling everybody that it's clear as day, Tyler Robinson. What are you talking about, lady? So she started being very wishy-washy. And then I thought it was just the Charlie Kirk situation, which pisses me off because obviously a man is dead and you got people out here being wishy-washy. But when she said it's about the Trump thing, I was like, whoa, don't tell me your control op. The roots of that go even deeper. Because now she's refusing to say the Butler assassination attempt was shady. She won't even admit that. Shawn Ryan is telling her right in her face about the investigation being shut off and all this other stuff. And she's not saying nothing about it. She's not elaborating. She's not sharing her thoughts on what Shawn Ryan just said. And y'all are going to hear her again. This is exactly what she did at the end with Tyler Robinson, with Charlie Kirk. Shawn Ryan asked her about Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of it now. And she does the same thing. She acknowledges that he said words, but what she says, what she responds with is just completely irrelevant.
The guy who would have anything else past that point.
For the life of me, I just can't understand why you would cut the investigation into your own assassination attempt.
Yeah. Well, and he would say he hasn't, and Kash Patel would say that hasn't happened.
Joe Kent would say otherwise, and has been for a long time.
And not just that one. The guy who ran into the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Look at her. Just moved on. Just moved on. So when she moved on, I was like, oh, Megyn Kelly, you might have just outed yourself again, but you might have just outed yourself for us to figure out how deep those roots go of you being a control op. You may have done that. Let's see, how long is this? Let's go to 5:40. Oh, now she about to talk about the White House dinner. Oh, yeah.
What even?
Joe Kent would say otherwise, and has been for a long time.
And not just that one. The guy who ran into the White House Correspondents' Dinner. What even was that? It was like a desperate cry for attention. Is that like a real assassination? So, like, is that the dumbest plan for a presidential assassination ever? You're going to run through reams of Secret Service and ball gown wearers.
I just realized that hold on, J Yaps a lot. J Yaps a lot. It's actually wrong. There's no S in the TikTok name. Wait, no. There's no S in the X name. I'm sorry. I got to change that. Hopefully y'all like the backdrop. Y'all see what's going on. We coming up in the world. Hold on. I can't even show no more. We coming up now. I don't know if y'all said anything. I've been trying to play it low key. I'm excited though.
Try to make your way up to the dais to take a shot at him. I don't know what that guy was. I think he was radicalized by the online community, which happens with a lot of these people.
See what she's doing? Pushing the left versus the right conversation. That's exactly what she's doing. She's radicalized by these people, blah, blah. Bro, the White House shooting didn't make any sense either, Megyn. Are you going to go into the details about it? It doesn't make any sense. The guy didn't go in there holding the shotty, fired a shotty from point blank range into a cop's bulletproof vest, and the cop didn't even flinch. The cop didn't even something from point blank range with a shotty. I'm not saying the cop had to die, but the cop didn't even flinch, nothing. He just took the shotty to the chest and then started just unloading the clip, and Buddy don't even get hit once. They shot 5-6 times at Buddy. He didn't get hit once. Then it was friendly fire. The cop shot the other cop on the other side. But they didn't want to talk about that. They didn't want to headline that. It was friendly fire. And then the guy just ran through and just laid on the ground. So he did all of that and then just laid on the ground. Because y'all didn't shoot him. It's not like he laid on the ground because he was shot. He just voluntarily laid on the ground. With no wounds, no nothing. No fight, just surrendered. And then the first thing they're talking about online is the ballroom. 50 plus people coordinated or somehow coordinated a mass email, something where everybody came to the internet to talk about a ballroom. That wasn't odd. Operation Pray for Erika Kirk after the shooting wasn't odd. Oh, but you love Erika Kirk, right? You love her. Can't question Erika Kirk. My fault, Erika Frantzve. She don't get the Kirk over here. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. This lady is controlled, bro.
But that just felt make your way up to the dais to take a shot at him. I don't know what that guy was. I think he was radicalized by the online community, which happens with a lot of these people. But that just felt like.
And just keep in mind, she said that on the Hodge Twins podcast too. She was like, oh, Tyler Robinson, it's just so easy to understand that it was Tyler Robinson. Like, it's so easy. He for sure fits the description of a leftist. And I'm like, what are you talking about? People cannot like people and not be tied to another party. Like, when they be doing that about Erika, like, they be like, oh, whoever got arrested for the threat online or whatever with Erika, they're like, oh, there's definitely a leftist. And I'm like, no, people can just not like Erika and not be a Democrat. That's possible. A lot of people don't like Erika, but they're also not a Democrat. That's me. Don't like Erika, not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican either. But they make it seem like you have to be a Democrat in order to not like Erika, and all Republicans like Erika. They just tie it always to political violence, and that's what she's doing now. He was radicalized. Okay, bro.
Okay. I'm underwhelmed. So I don't have a difficult time believing that people genuinely want to assassinate Trump, and that the attempts are increasing because we live in an increasingly violent world where political violence and assassination is now getting normalized and celebrated.
It's hard to believe that this many assassination attempts are happening, as if this is a normal thing. One president can go through 3 to 4 assassination attempts in like under 7 months, 6 months. That's not hard to believe. That's not crazy to you.
In more and more corners, so they think they have a chance to seem like a hero if they do it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think about anything anymore, to be honest with you.
I wish I said Joe Rogan. I wish Shawn Ryan. Again, I don't think he's part of the. I don't think he's free, But I wish he would just push back a little bit, bro. Like, he don't be pushing back at all, man. Like, hey, folks. Now, this is the crazy part. Listen to this segment right here. There's 2 more segments left. Listen to this segment, and then the last segment will be Charlie Kirk. This is gonna be about Michael Jackson, the movie. And she goes into an interesting conversation. And I just want y'all to really turn on your brain right here. And when she's talking about the movie, or when she's describing actors or describing real life situations, because yeah, she's actually describing the real life situations. As she's describing real life situations, I want y'all to just keep in mind certain people in your head that she's not talking about, but fits the description.
File, which is 16-year-old types, and of 13. Where biopic has earned almost $1 billion in a month.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about.
There's
What
a
biopic?
huge movie out right now called Michael, and it's been put out by the Jackson estate. And it stars his nephew, Jafar Jackson.
Yeah, she does talk bad. I'm just see that comment right here. She does talk bad about Michael Jackson in this interview. So if you're a Michael Jackson fan, or if you're somebody that defends one side or the other, I'm just putting it out there now. Yeah, she 1000% think Michael Jackson did what he did, thinks he's a terrible individual. That's just that. That's not the part what I'm focusing on, but I just want to throw that out there. Hopefully, I don't have to skip too much, because they do say a couple of words in here, and I don't want to get in trouble. So let me put some captions on, maybe. Can I? All right, I'm gonna try my best. If I see something crazy, I might have to hurry up and mute it.
And the son of Jermaine, Michael's older brother, as Michael, and he's amazing. He looks just like him, only better looking. And he's got the dance moves, and he practiced the voice, and he sounds just like him. And there's a familial connection. So it sells, mannerisms and so on. They're there in a subtle way. And all it does is chronicle the rise of Michael Jackson from childhood to 1987, which is 6 years before the first child molestation scandal. So it's sort of clean. You can enjoy this great American success story the way you could enjoy a story about Steve Jobs or, Bob Dylan. And it just kind of lobs off what happened after 1987, which would include multiple people. They did it for a reason. They originally had a piece on the end of it that addressed the scandal and tried to dismiss it. But then somebody called to their attention that they had signed a bunch of non-disclosure agreements, mutual non-disclosure agreements with his accusers.
We're getting there. We're getting there. So stay with me. I'm playing this part for a reason.
Which barred not only the accuser from speaking, but the Michael Jackson estate.
Holy shit. This same type thing with Kanakuk. Did you hear about Kanakuk,
No.
the big Christian camp?
All right. Y'all see what I'm getting at? Hopefully. We're getting in the Christian camp.
No.
Well, they're pretty much done now. But yeah, there was a bunch of sexual abuse. Bad shit, like
At a kids camp?
Scripture over kids while they're all that kind of stuff. So, and they would settle with the kid's parents, and the kid could never talk about it again. So we blew the doors off in here with Elizabeth Phillips, whose brother committed because he signed one of those
Oh gosh.
NDAs.
If you want to find children are.
Did y'all hear that part? Hey, I'm kind of fired this muting stuff for the bad words. She said
Phillips, whose brother committed suicide.
Oh,
because
my bad.
He signed one of those.
Oh gosh.
All right, y'all see that down there, right? Oh gosh, NDAs. If you want to find a PDF, right? If you want to find a PDF file, go where children are. That's what Megyn Kelly just said.
NDAs.
If you want to find
Yeah.
that's
Listen to this part right here, and I just want y'all to just Just think. You ain't even gotta think too hard. Just let's listen to this.
The problem is that they're always, it's never like this, you know, cloak wearing dirty guy in the park. It's somebody who looks pretty good, is usually very good with kids,
No record.
right? Totally likable, warm, the one you'd least suspect. And but they will always be in a field where they have access to children, whether it's, forgive me, Boy Scout leaders now, just like so tired and worn, but it's true. It's why a lot of them went there into the Cub Scout leadership ranks. Churches, of course, not great. Schools also, I told the story, but like when my my one son was going off for like his 4th grade field.
Really? I want. Okay, do y'all have any idea who I'm thinking of that fit the description of that? Literally from beginning to the end of that. Oh, I just have a person in mind. Always around kids, right? Then when they get out of that, they go into churches, beauty pageants, modeling. And it's always the person you just least expect, huh? Bro, she describes Erika to a T. When I listened to this, I literally was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And she gonna sit there and be like, I love Miss Shalami. I love her. I love her. She's so great. You just described her entire lifestyle as somebody you think is sick individual. You just described a sick individual, and you literally just fit Erika's entire early years of her life. I got to listen to that again because I couldn't believe it.
Trip, all the not great Boy Scout work. That's the problem, is that they're always, it's never like this, cloak wearing dirty guy in the park. It's somebody who looks pretty good, is usually very good with kids.
Listen, I don't know about all that. I didn't say that first part. You know what I mean? I guess we can say she was nice looking, but I wasn't, you know what I mean?
No record.
Right? Dirty guy in the park. It's somebody who looks pretty good, is usually very good with kids.
No record.
Right? Totally likable, warm, the one you'd least suspect. And they will always be in a field where they have access to children, whether it's, forgive me, Boy Scout leaders now, just like so tired and worn, but it's true. It's why a lot of them went there into the Cub Scout leadership ranks. Churches, of course.
TPUSA Faith. A project that they brought Erika in for. Get all of these pastors from around the world to push conservative values in the churches. All of these pastors that also have allegations of fiddling with, oh snap, my whole camera just moved. There you go. My bad. Let me relax a little bit. These pastors coming out of nowhere that also have allegations from fiddling with children.
Not great. Schools also.
Schools. Club America. Arguably, we could probably say TPUSA chapters in college too. They're probably gone downhill since Charlie died. I feel like when Charlie was alive, it's a totally different conversation. Schools. What do you know? We want a Club America chapter in every single high school in the country. Megyn, did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know Erika said that? Did you know that Erika is signing contracts with the government in different states, signing off for a Club America in every single high school in the state? Did you know that? It seems like you have knowledge of it, right? You're aware that bad people do this all the time. Clearly, you just gave up Erika's whole gimmick, but for some reason you just don't suspect Erika of being a part of that, right? She is different. That's her favorite thing right there. It's different. It's different. It's Miss Salami. It's different.
You know, I told the story, but like when my my one son was going off for like his 4th grade field trip, all the other moms were like, "Have a great time, honey." They were spending a couple nights overnight with teachers. And I was like, "Look out for the molesters."
Oh, snap. My bad. I wasn't even looking at the captions. Bro, I'm finna get in trouble, man. YouTube. Oh, dang. I wasn't even supposed to drink this whole energy drink. I'm finna be up. Let me wash it down with some water.
Oh man.
Looks back at me and I was like, "It'll be someone you trust."
Oh my God.
What you just yelled? Megyn, let me hear
I
it
think
again.
that
I was like, "Look
Yeah.
out for the molesters."
Oh! My bad.
oh man.
Looks back at me and I was like, "It'll be someone you trust."
Oh my gosh.
And they just keying, huh? It'd be they know. She knows, right? She knows. They just keying about it. It's so funny to them. It'll be someone you trust. They just cracking up, laughing, having a good old time, talking about Erika in the room. They don't even realize it. And they just keying, chopping it up, laughing. It's so funny to them.
I think that, I mean, that's a good, I don't think many people think like that. You know, I've done a bunch of these now because that's the thing that I'm most passionate about, because I think you could have a real impact there, unlike politics. And, but everybody always gets mad at the institution that we're talking about, the church in that particular instance, that the Christian camp, and they don't, you know, it's like, tear it down. And it's like, yeah, let's tear it down. But most of these people have not been caught. And they're just going to flood into the next thing.
Yeah.
You know, whether that's a daycare or gymnastics or cheerleading camp or Boy Scouts or whatever it is.
Modeling, pageants, beauty pageants, orphanages. What am I missing? The recovery things for the you know, I'm trying to, you know what I mean, keep in mind my words. The women who that are victim to directing traffic in that industry. Oh, we help those victims, right? Oh my gosh, they're describing this woman to a T.
And they're just going to flood into the next thing.
Yeah.
They're going to flood into the next thing. Similar to how Erika went from Romania to goddamn China. Puerto Rico a little different. I think she was just out there just getting banged up on by her athlete. But then she came back over to America. Now she was up in New York. Got the real estate license, but she really wasn't no real estate agent. She was just working undercover for an agency that was listed in the E files. They just roll on over. Now she's working with kids every single day.
You know, whether that's a daycare or gymnastics or cheerleading camp or.
Now, I got a question to all of my salami soldiers, widow warriors. What do y'all have to say about Shawn Ryan saying how they lead, they go and they go unnoticed, and then they go over into the different industries, cheerleading camp, Boy Scouts. So when it comes to Erika talking to that 15-year-old girl, what y'all got to say about that? That's exactly what they're describing, right? They go over into those industries and they still do the same thing and never get caught. Are y'all starting to see now why most of us have a problem with this woman? Yes. Her being a mentor to a 15-year-old girl and saying all the things that she was saying, yeah, bro, that was not a mentor. It's a sick individual that just hasn't been caught yet. That's around kids every single day. That's what that is. And now she's trying to get into every single high school in America. And you got kids taking pictures with her. All the parents taking pictures. They got their kids taking pictures with her. She's around kids every single day. It's a huge, huge, huge problem. Huge problem. Now, I think that might be towards the end of this conversation
Boy
right
Scouts
here.
or
Let me just make sure.
whatever it is. A doctor, pediatrician.
A spokesman for a Subway company, Subway sandwiches. I know, like that. Jared is one of the most perverted people I've ever.
I didn't mean to let that play. See, that's why, man, they gotta let a normal person, man. Megyn, just let me interview you one time. Okay, yes, I'm gonna ask you some tough questions. And no, it cannot be pre-recorded. I'm just saying, I just want to do it. I'm gonna give you some pushback. In that very moment right there, when we talking about, we kikiing and laughing about how people that mess with and fiddle with children get away with it, and we just oh yeah, they go into all the other different industries. I would have been there, sat there right there, and said, "Dang, that sounds like Erika's past." You don't think that's kind of strange? You know, do you think that's kind of strange? I mean, she was in Romania, and then as soon as Big Jeff left this earth, the everyday heroes like you / Romanian angels, it kind of just fizzled out right after that. Then she went back home, and then somehow she got right into faith. Dang, that sounds like exactly what you was just describing. What do you think about that? It's kind of strange, right? Oh, in the schools too? Is that what you just said? Dang, Erika started a Club America. She didn't start the Club America, but that's aiming to get into every high school. She was also in beauty pageants. She was a mentor, right, to a 15-year-old girl that we saw the taste. What? How do you feel about that? Since we're on the topic, right? I mean, Shawn Ryan ain't gonna do that though. Shawn Ryan is bought. You know, I don't know, man. I don't want to say he's bought and paid for, but Shawn Ryan ain't free. He don't ever push back. He just don't. Now, this might be the end of it. So then I want to get to oh yeah, the Lady Garden thing was absolutely insane, right? I would have, but that's what I'm saying though. Erika, my fault. Megyn, she has all of these different opinions, but she doesn't factor in anything into her opinion. She's just like, Tyler Robinson did it, and I don't think anybody else was involved in it. Like, I'm like, bro, you have to factor, if you're gonna have an opinion on the Charlie Kirk investigation, you have to factor in everything that we know. Everything. And I know talking about Erika with the 15-year-old girl is probably a very difficult situation to do, to come out and say that that's weird. But I just feel like they do other things all the time and come out and deny it. All the time. But she's protecting Erika, right? And it's just strange, bro. Because when, in my opinion, this is how I feel, bro. Y'all could disagree. Some of y'all could agree. If you're somebody that is like completely against, you know, you want the e-files fully released, you want accountability to be taking place, we all should be protectors of children. All of us, every single one of us. So if you're somebody that just gets truly worked up over the e-files and stuff like that, then you should be somebody that is absolutely pissed off at the fact Erika used to talk to kids like that and she's gotten away with it. That should piss you off. It should, I don't care if it was 15 years, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't care. She got away with it. Now we're here and you think you got away with it. That pisses me off. So no, I'm not gonna publicly defend you. You don't have to go out and just randomly bring it up to people. Megyn and Tucker Carlson, they don't have to come out and just publicly just ridicule Erika, even though I would. Right? I would completely come out and criticize her. If somebody will ask me about it, I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk about her. I'm definitely not defending you. I might just say, hey, bro, move on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to talk about that. That's cool. I'm not defending you in public when I know that you mess with kids on your off time. So, like, this is how you know all of this is just she paid. Because she'll come out, talk about the e-files, but you ain't got no smoke for your best friend, right? I'm just gonna say friend, best friend, whatever it is. You got all of this smoke talking all that rah-rah about the e-files. But your friend used to mess with kids, and you saying, I love her. Okay. All right. Now, that's just that. Now we're going to get into Charlie Kirk thing. And that's not going to be that long at all. That's why I saved it for last. Because she don't talk about it. But let me skip to it really quick. Let's see. 217. $217 on the track.
Ben Shapiro. How did all this?
Y'all definitely don't know nothing about that. All right, 217. She talked about Charlie Kirk a little bit. I probably will pause it just so y'all make sure y'all don't miss it, because it is very fast, very fast.
Has an Emmy. The only people at Fox who has an Emmy got it while they were working for a different channel, because he did not.
Oh, matter of fact, dang. I think I had to screenshot it on my phone. It starts at 217. Let's see. 1 second. 233. 222. 217. Let's try 233. I definitely don't want to spend that much time because she don't say nothing.
It's very annoying.
Let's start right here.
It's annoying for my fans who don't want to deal with these bots, and I get it. But I think they're committed to not letting these people have the final say.
I'm getting it too. Not like you are, but whoa. What did that cause? Are you getting a lot of death threats?
I mean, we've had the FBI involved now multiple times because I've.
Hold on. It's gonna come really, really fast. So I'm trying to
get death threats in my life because of my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pistol.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo. Relax. You two, y'all did not see that. Bro, what?
Wow.
It's got Sig's new optic. It's Sig also loves you. So they gave you that silencer to put on there.
This is the coolest thing I now own.
Hopefully y'all can hear it, but I'm waiting for her to get that off the screen.
There's a range right next to my house where I do.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared. I know that he always does that for every person that comes home. I wasn't prepared for this one.
Go sometimes.
Nice.
Don't want to set the bar too high.
We're gonna see how.
To me too. It helps me out.
For the Second Amendment too. They're always.
The past year, what societal unrest is coming. The whole year, it's changed a lot about how we all are and how we're.
Then I interview Charlie.
Right.
All right, here we go.
What do you think that was?
Okay.
Of the whole year, it's changed a lot about.
Listen to the beginning part. I hope y'all can hear it. I think y'all can hear it. Wait, let me play. I'm about to play a little bit. Let me know if y'all can hear it without seeing it, because she still got that gat on the screen. I can't show it.
The thing with Charlie, I mean, it was just Charlie's murder. I just think that Charlie's murder was the
Can y'all hear that? Yeah, okay.
Seminal event. All unrest is coming. What bad guy's coming? The thing with Charlie. I mean, it was just
All right, so this is the part right here. It's gonna come really, really, really quick.
Charlie's murder. I just think that Charlie's murder was the seminal event of the whole year. It's changed a lot about how we all are and how we're behaving and what's happened on the right.
What do you think that was?
Of the whole year. It's changed a lot about how we all are and how we're behaving and what's happened on the right.
What do you think that was? The last time I interviewed you, you made a recommendation that I interview Charlie. I didn't get that opportunity, unfortunately, but
Can you believe that? Of all people, I said Charlie Kirk.
Did y'all hear what Shawn Ryan just said? He said, what do you think that was?
I'm so sad you didn't get to know him because you guys would have loved each other.
The question went fast.
Can you believe
that was
of the whole year? It's changed a lot about how we all are and how we're behaving and what's happened on the right.
What do you think that was? The last time.
So y'all can see the question right here at the bottom of the screen. I'm going back and forth because she still got that gat in her hand. But you see it at the bottom right here. What do you think that was? The last time I interviewed, he's talking about Charlie Kirk. What do you think that was? Like, what happened to Charlie? He's trying to talk about it.
I interviewed you. You made a recommendation that I interview Charlie. I didn't get that opportunity, unfortunately, but
Can you believe that? Of all people, I said Charlie Kirk. I'm so sad you didn't get to know him because you guys would have loved each other.
yeah, I wish I would have. I was being put.
And she just, I wish you got to know him. What do you think that was? That's what the question is, Megyn. What do you think that was? What do you think happened to Charlie Kirk? And she brushes it right off. Yeah, I wish you didn't get to meet him. Yeah. And just move on.
But into the MAGA spectrum, and I was never MAGA.
Neither was I.
But somehow the media placed me there, and
that's it. That's the only thing they had to say about Charlie Kirk. 3 hours, and that was it. Now, obviously, this is pre-recorded, so it makes you kind of wonder. Y'all talked about this before this interview started, that this was not going to be a topic that we was going to hit on. I don't know, because Shawn Ryan did say, what do you think that was? As if he was trying to get into it. So I don't know if they discussed beforehand what was off limits, but that's what it made it seem like. As if they kind of talked beforehand, like, look, bro, we're not going to talk about that, which is strange because he talked about it a lot with Joe Kent. But now you ain't got nothing to say to Megyn Kelly? Somebody who was directly affiliated with Erika? You had all of this conversation with Joe Kent when Joe Kent didn't have affiliations with anybody. He's just talking about his job. You have somewhat of a direct perspective of Megyn Kelly and maybe things that she's heard in her corner with Erika. You have a chance to ask her questions. How do you feel about? You could even ask, how do you feel about what has been publicly said? You ain't even got to get into the conspiracies, because that's the crazy part. People think that you got to just jump straight into the conspiracies. First off, some of the conspiracies are true, so they're not conspiracies. But they want to make us seem like we're crazy, that it's always a conspiracy just because the feds haven't said so. That's the point. They're not going to say anything. But he could have at least brought up an interview that he did on his own show and ask Megyn about that. You could stick straight to the facts. We ain't got to talk about Erika. What do you think about what Joe Kent said on my show about Charlie Kirk? What you think? And then once she say that, that's how you know that I think it was orchestrated or talked about beforehand. Because once you get into that conversation, now I can pin you against Erika. If we just being completely honest, I'm gonna bring up Joe Kent, and I'm gonna bring up all the things he said in this interview that's public information, and I'm gonna say, what you think Erika thinks about that? Why do you think Erika's not bothered by that? Now Megyn's back is against the wall. Now she got to choose. Now she's gonna be exposed even more. That's why I feel like this was purposefully avoided, because this would have easily put Megyn in a box, and she would have had to decide: am I going to be exposed on the Shawn Ryan show for being a fraud, or can I just tell Shawn Ryan before the interview that we just don't talk about that? Because if we talk about that, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get myself out of it. But this was an L on Shawn Ryan. Straight L. Because he allowed Megyn Kelly to avoid this conversation. 3 hours and they didn't talk about Charlie Kirk at all. They talk about Trump when she don't even, like, it's just crazy, bro. 3 hours. They didn't talk about Charlie Kirk one time for 20 seconds. I was highly disappointed considering his Joe Kent interview where he was just asking so many questions. He was asking so many questions. He was so invested. He seemed so bothered by the information that he was learning from Joe Kent. And now he got Megyn in front of him that is always defending Erika, and you don't ask her anything. Not a single thing you don't ask her about. I thought that was just like, that was such a big L. I paid $5 because I was like, surely Shawn Ryan is going to ask Megyn about Charlie Kirk. Surely he's going to say, what do you think? And he tried to throw it in there. What do you think that was? But I don't know, man. That was an op move by Shawn Ryan. And obviously we already know that Megyn Kelly is an op. But that was a chance for him to expose Megyn Kelly for who she is. But you know, these people, man, they're turning into the mainstream media. They're turning into like, oh wow, like the people, Shawn Ryan, your Joe Rogans, right? He messed up with Theo Vaughn. All of these people are starting to turn into the mainstream media where it's like, they might be paid for too. They are, you know what I mean? In my opinion. Now we got to rely on like the smaller creators to you know, spread the truth, because these people ain't gonna do it. Megyn Kelly on BS, Shawn Ryan on BS, Joe Rogan on BS, Tucker. Look, I know they said that you the golden retriever, bro. I'm just saying, you avoid certain topics. Tucker Carlson avoids the smoke, and I ain't talking about the favorable opposition, right? It's not that crazy to reject our greatest ally right now. It's not that crazy to be like, you know, to be accused of being an anti-Semite, to be accused of all of that. It's not that crazy anymore. It used to be. But Candace and Tucker and all of that, they made it like somewhat normal that it's like, bro, I can criticize them. I'm going to be talked about online in a negative way. It is what it is. Same as Megyn. So that is no longer an indicator that you're free, because it used to be. They used to use that as a talking point. I can criticize our greatest ally anytime I want to. And then people used to be like, oh, shoot. Okay. Look at you. Not controlled anymore. Look at you, even though you used to be. That's the crazy part. People forget Tucker Carlson used to work for Fox News. So yeah, he might be acting like he's free now, but at one point in time, he was paid to push propaganda. So you either knew you was pushing propaganda to us back then. I didn't even listen to Tucker back then, but I'm just saying in general, you knew you was pushing it and you chose to anyway because you took a check. And now you expect me to believe you're independent and you just happen to wake up and open your eyes and see everything to be fake. But now that he's on his own network, now he's just, I don't know what I was thinking. Man, you was pushing propaganda for years. And you knew what you was doing. You wasn't no little kid. You knew what you was doing on Fox News, pushing propaganda for years. Now all of a sudden they want to come out talking about I was getting a little hypnotized, man. I was a Zionist at one point. I was this at one point. Yeah, because you was paid, you was controlled opposition. You was paid, you was bought and paid for. So yeah. And I think that that's still there. Now you're just paid to keep the argument going. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Let me get to y'all comments before it gets too late, because obviously that is the funniest part of the Yappisode. But I do appreciate y'all for listening. Always. What just happened? Something just happened over here. I do appreciate y'all for listening as always. Make sure you guys hit the like button right now. Got 98 people in here. So if I open up this YouTube channel right now and I don't see we got 98 likes, we got some big issues on our hand. Let me check. I need at least 98. Let me see. $75. If everybody hit the like button right now, we would have 99. Maybe some people already hit it, so I give it a little grace. I just liked it myself. Okay, we got 76. We can at least be 85. I feel like there's an extra 15. There's an extra 15 people in here that hasn't liked the video yet. All right, go ahead and hit the like button for me if you're new to the, or if you in general, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the sub button as well. We are at 21.7K. We on the road to 22K. And I appreciate all the support along the way. Because yes, we have been growing, and I do appreciate y'all. And also, yes, don't forget to drop your state or country as well, so I can put your pen up there. Let me get to some of y'all comments. I love it. Y'all been yapping. I love when we gotta get to a lot of comments. I love it, because that means it's gonna be a lot of yapping. If you don't know what I'm doing, because some people are new to the channel, I go through as many comments as I can right now. And obviously I'm going through the regular chat, so I have to literally pick and choose which ones. Yeah, congrats on the 21st episode. Oh, my fault. I said episode. Yeah, episode. I gotta get used to saying that. I appreciate y'all. We are on our way up. I think today is the first technically using the term Yappisode, and I love it. I appreciate y'all for coming up with that. But yes, it is the 21st, and we have plenty more to go. And also, don't forget, for the ones that don't know, because I've been trying to update as many people as I can, we got a new baby boy coming to this earth, joining us in the next like month and a half. So I will be doing what I can content wise when that comes, for y'all that know how that go. So I'm gonna be doing what I can. It comes in July, late July. So there might be a period where we're not live. We don't have any episodes for maybe a week. I don't know. But I will do my best and keep y'all updated. But yeah, the time is almost here. Do I have a pin in Missouri? I do. I do remember Missouri, yes. But if you have a different city in Missouri, I think I have the Kansas City side of Missouri. Do I have a Delaware tag? Yes, I do. I remember Delaware. Mississippi. I do have a Mississippi too. Friday with Adam was great. Yes, it was. It was very fun. It was very fun with Adam. Make sure y'all go check that out. Again, it's up on the channel, on my channel or his channel, The Real One Podcast. That was very fun. Very fun. Don't know what to think about BLB after all the beef. Look, let's say this though, because y'all know I am a protector of peace. I don't know all the ins and outs of everything that's going that went on, obviously, but let's just keep in mind that we're all on the same team as far as just trying to figure out the truth on what happened to Charlie Kirk, and let's try to squash. Hopefully, I could be the peacemaker. Hopefully, that's my goal. All right. Let's try to squash whatever beef there is, if there's any still going. I don't know, because I don't really know all the details to it. But outside of like when people might comment something going on, I'd be like so confused. But let's just try to squash it. Everybody just remain like, stay the course. Don't let any distractions happen. If you feel like something was crazy from somebody or whatever, then like, note it to yourself and then just move forward. But it's no reason to keep it lingering. I think we always provide a safe space, especially here. It's always been a safe space. So let's keep it that. Because I know when I collabed with Matt, every time I've collabed with Matt, nothing bad has happened. He's always been a great person to me, great collab with, and a person to collab with. So it's been cool. Anything else that happens has nothing to do with me at all. Like, we all are just collabing, just trying to have fun. So let's just keep it that. You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep the positivity, because we actually have a real opposition coming for all of us that are trying to call us all crazy and stuff like that. So let's just keep in mind who the real enemy is, or at least the real opposition. But all the other stuff, like, definitely let's just try to settle it all down, because I watch everybody, believe it or not. I watch everybody, and every time I find somebody, I think that they're great. So like, I listen to Matt and Matt's content. I'm like, I rock with Matt's content. I saw Baze in the chat. And I when I found out who Baze was, because I found out who Baze was through everything that went down. And I went to go watch his content. I'm like, bro, what is happening? I like Baze's content. Like, Baze's content is dope. You know what I mean? So like, I think Matt's content is dope. I think Baze's content is dope. I think Danks' content is dope. I think Coach Collins' content is dope, even though he even though he clowned me in that one episode. So and I don't have any beef with Coach after he said what he said. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So it's just push positivity. You know what I mean? I definitely would love to collab with anybody. It don't really matter, because is what it is. So like, if we ever get with Baze one day, that'd be great. Chop it up, have fun, because like, you know what I mean? This is what it's all about. We all on the same team. I just want to hopefully be the middle ground peacemaker for everybody, because I definitely don't engage in any type of drama whatsoever. Jay, you gotta collab with Real Baze or Danks. Are you down for that? I'm down to collab with anybody. So yes, to answer your question, I'm down to collab with anybody. Baze, Danks, whoever y'all want to think of. Y'all the one that brought me. I'm saying y'all as in the comment section. Y'all brought me Matt, BLB, Blackline Brief, and then we ended up collabing. That was cool. Y'all brought me Adam, the Real One podcast that we just did last Friday. That was fun. So I don't mind chopping it up with anybody. Y'all don't have to worry about me. I try to my best to be cool with everybody. Like, just as far as just supporting. Lisa was on one today. We debunked the spot you show with the dog poo spot and the chapters that are her houses. Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy part. Like, there are hubs at personal addresses. You know what I mean? Like, Lisa don't know what she's talking about at all. Captain, thank you for the dono. Thank you for supporting the channel. Love your album, Jay. You can add I don't even know how to pronounce that. Adelaide South Australia to your pens? Absolutely, I will. I appreciate you for watching and listening and supporting all the way from across the world. I think y'all are like 16 or so hours ahead. So thank you for watching the show in the future already. I appreciate it. Baron talking about Blake Neff tonight was wild. Blake is a terrible person. Yeah, Blake Neff is a sicko. Blake Neff has always been, yeah, a new little yapper. Yeah. My 3-year-old is already a crazy yapper. So like, oh my gosh, he does not stop. And I'm like, man, is this how I sound? Because I don't stop talking. But man, I'm like, bro, you be yapping, bro. So yeah, it is another little yapper on the way. You're right. But yeah, Blake Neff is a sicko. You know, I heard about his first allegation on what got him kicked off of Fox News. I thought that was sick. I didn't even know about what Barron talked about. I'm like, man, this dude is sick. And you see, I mean, I ain't trying to like prejudge or nothing, but when you see his old profile pictures, I'm like, yeah, bro, you fit the description of a weirdo, bro. Like when I see his old pictures, I'm like, you seem like a Discord type of guy. Like you seem like a my love, like weird Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs group Discord. Blake Neff seem like he'd be in that. He's a weird guy. And this guy is the leader of the Charlie Kirk show. Love catching a live Yap o'clock. Yes, indeed. I appreciate y'all for listening because I know we be going late. But y'all be rocking with me, man. Y'all be rocking with me. I know some of y'all be in other time zones, so some of y'all are lucky because it's about to be 1 a.m. for me. Some of y'all still in the 9:44 range. Y'all are lucky, but I do appreciate y'all for that. You know, in general, especially my East Coasters, because y'all be rocking with me. It be late, but we be up yapping for sure. It's extremely weird because she was literally a nobody. Now she's protected more than Charlie was. Absolutely. I think we talked about that earlier. Absolutely. I didn't see Baron yet. I like to watch him later to make it at 1.5 speed. Yeah, I've heard that often. I've heard people say that they watch Baron at 1.5. That's funny. Great high IQ outfit today, Jay. Let's go. Y'all know I be chilling, man. I be straight chilling. Coach Colin want to hate on my do-rag and all that. Hey, man, this is just me. This is what I do. This is how I fit. And I'm also just me when it comes to like talking to. Because if we just want to be completely honest, Coach Colin would probably make fun of the way I talk. I talk similar to Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum might be a little bit more country than me, but like I'm for sure country. I know that. So I mean, I'm not finna code switch and none of that. Like this is me. This is what come with it. This is what it is. So I'm never gonna change that. I'm not changing that for nobody. You know, that's why I'm on YouTube on my page. So if I gotta enter the corporate world, I have a different conversation. Y'all heard me when Dr. James, right? When Dr. James entered the office and I have to call them high schools, I get very proper. You know what I mean? You know, maybe not necessarily proper, but I make sure I articulate what I'm saying because I don't want the principal of the school to say who the hell is this and why are you talking crazy to me like this? Like I got to make sure if I'm Dr. James, I have to make sure that I present myself pretty well, or else these schools won't take me serious at all. But I realized that on X, a lot of people like try to clown me by the way I be talking and texting on X and like tweeting or whatever. I'm like, bro, I'm not giving y'all proper punctuations and all of that. I know Baron be clowning people on X by how they be tweeting and all that. I would be one of those people that he would be like, who is this guy? Like how he talks is just, I'm like, bro, it's X. I'm not signing up for an interview. I'm not submitting an application. I have thoughts that I want to put out there. I don't really care how they come off. You know what I mean? It's X. Let's please drop the act. I'm not directly talking to Baron. I'm just saying I've seen people try to clown me for that, like the way I talk on X. I'm like, bro, I don't care. Did you understand what I was saying? If not, then that message wasn't for you. Keep it pushing. I told Lisa, I said, why are you lying on me? And then somebody was like, lying on me? What type of English is that? Keep it pushing, bro. If you don't know what I'm saying, that's fine. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. It's X, okay? It's nothing professional about X. So I'm not that type of person, especially when people be doing like paragraphs on X, and then at the very end, they'll like put their name as if it's like a signature. I laugh at that because I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just different for me. I treat social media like social media. It's very unprofessional. So I'm just me. Coach Colin, friend of the show. Hey man, we gonna get Coach Colin one day. I know he don't like my fit and all that. We gonna get him one day, and then he gonna come out. He gonna say, "Dang, bro, you actually pretty cool." Wish you can get Leah from the Leah Files on as a guest. Working on it. Just the way Tyler Boyer responded to them in your post on X, I can't imagine how he'll be after episode 2. Oh yeah, I cannot wait. Till episode 2 on F American Tour. They gonna blow something off the roof. I can tell you right now. I can feel it. They waited this whole time to post that fake chapter. That fake chapter probably been up. Your James Yapper video today with your dapper blue suit jacket looking so fresh. Yeah, Dr. James will be back in the office tomorrow. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, calling different chapters, making sure we're doing our club auditing, making sure that the clubs are as accurate as possible. So we will be club auditing tomorrow. No worries. Is Lisa honestly the best TPUSA can get? They have a lot of money. They should be able to afford better. Yeah, I mean, I think I think gotta say that because these folks, boy, they crazy. TPUSA, I don't think is directly paying Lisa. I think that they are. I think Gary is the Fed. We know that by knowing how much money he gets from the Department of Defense. And I think Gary is funding Lisa. Some people, not everybody. I'm not new to how fraud works. I'm not saying I used to be a scammer. I've never got into that at all. I'm just aware of how it works. I know I had friends that went down that path. You know what I mean? Like I know how it works, and I know the different ins and outs and loopholes. I told y'all before that I used to work for a cult, a pyramid scheme, and I know what those conversations was like at the top. I know what they would do to hide and all of that. You know what I mean? And you would pick up on it and learn it as you go. So yes, they would never directly pay Lisa. It would be so obvious. So they got to pay somebody to pay somebody to pay somebody. And then it just goes dark and you'll never really know. There's no paper trail whatsoever. So in my opinion, I think that's as far as I can say it in general. I think somehow the money gets to Gary, and then somehow Gary gets that money over to Lisa. Because those are the only two people that would just ride or die for Michelami. I don't care if EK moves on, it's her life, but it is interesting that Blake Wynn is Jewish and tied into the Adelson stuff. It shows EK and TPUSA are good opposite. Or my fault. I was reading something else. It shows EK and TPUSA are going opposite of what Charlie wanted. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And yes, that is crazy. The Blake Wynn. Shoot, even when Barron brought up Blake Wynn and Erika and all of these different pictures was just so odd. And then when he was, oh my gosh, when he was holding her purse, outside of that White House shoot, debacle, I was like, what's going on here? What you holding her purse for? Normal people, I don't know about y'all, but like normal people don't just hold other women's purses. I'm just saying. That was strange to me. What you holding her purse for? I was like, yo, that is, I don't know. Lisa got ripped last night. Yeah, she did. I just laughed from the dark. I ain't even, I was exhausted with her throughout the day. So the last half of the day, I was just watching everybody go at her. And it was just funny, man. It was just funny. Now, like, personally, I guess if it's public information, but I think Project Constitution posted her husband and all that stuff. Personally, I don't do all that. You can attack my points all day long, but like I don't ever like go at like the family and all that. You know what I mean? They ain't got nothing to do with the way I feel about you. You feel what I'm saying? So like I'm not Project Constitution, he's his own man. So I'm just saying, like, when her husband got outed for whatever, I was just like, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, personally, I wouldn't go that route. It don't really matter how much Lisa pissed me off. I just talk to her and go at her. So but when I saw that, I was like, sheesh, man, they going at her. They was ripping her apart. Absolutely. Lisa didn't even debunk anything. Watch Jesse on Fire. She didn't debunk. She didn't. She didn't. She never does. If just being honest. Whose voice is more annoying, Lisa or Ben's? Woo! Ben Shapiro. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't even lie to y'all. Ben Shapiro got the most annoying voice I've ever heard in my life. Lisa's like, with Lisa stuff, I just be like, why do I feel like all your videos be at 1.5 speed? Like they always sound like funny when she's debunking stuff. It's always just like this weird. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's with her. And then outside of that, it's just like BS coming out of her mouth, like straight from the toilet. So that's annoying. But with Ben, it's just like, y'all know that frequency thing where it's like the loud pitch that goes in your ear that sometimes you gotta be like, that's how I get with Ben. I'm like, stop talking, bro. Just stop. Like he's just annoying when he talks. When he was up there talking at the Amfest stage, on the Amfest stage in December, I was like, dude, you sound like oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just, then mix it in there with him being like 5'7". I'm like, bro, it makes sense, I guess. Remember, she's happily married for 14 years. Why do I doubt that statement? I don't know. I mean, maybe she is. I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she is, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, some people be asking me that. They'd be like, Why does your wife let you talk about this so much? But I just think it's different. Like, with Lisa, she'll come out and just like, again, just straight from the toilet. And I'm like, okay, when you do that, how does anybody allow you to do that? I'm not on here speaking from the toilet. So like, my wife don't care. I don't do that. I don't spew toilet behavior. But I just feel like for her husband, I'm like, hey man, like, somebody got to be over there. Like, you got to stop, bro. That you just lying at this point. But who knows? They might all be affiliated with Turning Point USA. Shoot, I don't know. It might be a Mikey McCoy shebang, like how Mikey McCoy and his wife is tied up in TV USA on paper. But maybe Lisa whole family with TV USA. I don't know. Did they take the map down? Kind of see it anymore on Club America's site? Yeah, it's still up. I just checked it before I got on here on live. It's still on clubamerica.com. I don't know if they've been taking chapters down or not, but it's still up. And I need to continue my research that I'll probably keep going tomorrow. She didn't even debunk Project Constitution on that girl list. She doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. They don't really understand what it means to debunk somebody. And that's why it's so annoying, because they just like, oh yeah, I'm debunking what this person is saying. It's like, bro, just because you're like, oh, that's not true, that doesn't mean you debunked them just because you said it's not true. Like, bring something. Then they're gonna say, well, how about you prove it even more? It doesn't work that way. I just accused you of something. And if you're gonna come out and try to tell me I'm wrong without showing me how I'm wrong, then you need to provide more evidence to prove that I'm wrong. Or so far, I'm proving that I'm right. I'm not going to continue to show you stuff when you haven't even disputed or debunked the first thing that I said. And that's what they did today too with me on Club America on X. They was like, show me one of the schools you researched. And I was like, no, I called 50 schools. I mean, I thought I made 86, but I called like, I think 10 in total. So I was like, I'm at 86 schools off of a whole bunch of research, some of them phone calls and all of that. And yeah, 86 schools are fake chapters. 86 chapters are fake, not schools. Oh, show us the list. No. And I was like, and I gave them a state. I was like, you search for it. I'm like, I already told you what I found. So it's not my job to just show you everything I got. You pick a state and you start searching for it. I told you Georgia. So now you go through Georgia, go through the whole state, and prove to me that all of them are real. Because you realize even if you find one that's fake, that's the point. If one is fake, I promise you 2 is fake. If 2 is fake, I promise you 10 is fake. If 10 is fake, I promise you 20 is fake. Oh, I forgot to put the poll in there. Let me put a poll real quick. Everybody got to answer. There's 90 people in here. Just answer really quick. I just kept it simple. Yes or no? I know the hell no confused me last time. Poll is up. 91 people, go vote. Please. Wild that we met Lisa because she defended a grown woman doing that to a minor and blaming the minor to boot. Yeah, I mean, she originally started doing that with she did that with Zach Costello. And then that was the first time I ever was like, bro, you sound crazy. I would not want to be publicly defending somebody that has done that. That's crazy. And then, yeah, she came on here and did the same thing. And I was like, that's not a good look. It's okay to just say, yeah, I disagree with that and just move on. Man, she was riding for Miss Shalami. She was riding for her. I was like, yeah, that's not a good look. I was gonna ask Lisa for a collab, but maybe I'll ask Jay instead. Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. Let's do it. Lisa is, yeah, she is, man, a tough one to collab with. It was funny, maybe a little headache, but quite entertaining at watching somebody perform mental gymnastics right in front of your face in live time. But yeah, it was, had to have a lot of patience. Lisa writes down what you say on one sheet of paper and then 3 counter arguments on another. Man, she is I gave her props the other day. I said, man, one thing about Lisa, she fast. She is fast. She might be speaking straight from the toilet, but man, them responses and them videos come quick. It comes very timely. Got to give Lisa that church rebuke. Right. TV USA assured Lisa, man, when she said that, I said, sure, you just admitted that you paid him, you bought and paid for. They reassured you. What you mean by that? Or they assured you. What you mean by that? Who you talk to? Then she dropped like a screenshot or something, talking to somebody, talking about like, oh, we gonna fix this. I'm like, who are you talking to? And why you blacking out people's names? But we know she paid by somebody. I think she said she's even going to the TPUSA event coming up. And I'm like, look, bro, anybody that want to go to a TPUSA event, you know them folks. I don't know a single person that's like, I cannot wait to go to a TPUSA event. Right now with Charlie gone. So the fact that she about to go to one, I'm like, oh yeah, you're a contractor. You may not be an employee, but yeah, them folks know her. And they know her because I don't want to say too much. Lisa be clipping me, putting it on the internet. There's an activism hub in the nature preserve behind my neighborhood. I know, right? Like it's they got these activism hubs everywhere. And again, for anybody that wants to research into the activism hubs, it's hard to because you can't trace an address or a phone number to it. But basically what they're saying is that there are high schoolers in y'all's town, in your town, that is getting together somewhere and discussing conservative values under the name of TPUSA. That's what they're saying for the activism hubs. It's happening somewhere around there in somebody's house. High schoolers are getting together and discussing that. I'm not saying it's not possible because there are activism hubs that are real, but you would know. Like you literally just search it up and it'll literally say activism hub, and you see pictures and activities going on. But if you can't find anything on it, any type of digital footprint, any type of digital presence, it's probably fake because TPUSA is a promoting company and they want their stuff promoted. So these kids just wouldn't get together and just not say anything to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, TikTok, something. And then on top of that, these Instagram pages that y'all might be finding, just because it says TPUSA, Club America Instagram page, doesn't mean the Instagram page is real. That was also in the documentary that you can create a fake Instagram and put fake pictures on there. So when y'all find an Instagram page, this is part of my research. When y'all find an Instagram page, because it says, oh, we have a real Club America here, go through the activity. Go through when was the last Instagram post? How many posts do you have? I've seen pages that had 2 posts and neither one of them had a like, a singular like. No comment, no nothing. I'm like, I can do this right now and say Jay's Activism Hub and create an Instagram for it. And then put up a picture that said we had great conversation tonight with the members of the community. Jay's Activism Hub. Like anybody could do that. So that's the trick with activism hubs. It's hard to track them down, and they made it like that for a reason. They made it by design like that for a reason. But when y'all find these Instagram pages, you know the real ones and the fake ones. We did that for the company that I worked for. That was a pyramid scheme. There was always weird Instagram pages that really weren't real. You know, like our website was completely like factory pictures. I think that's what you call them. Factory stock photos. That's what I meant to say. Our website to like promote the company and stuff like that was full of stock photos. They weren't even real. I'm admitting that. You know what I mean? I ran one of these fake companies before. It was fake as far as like the advertising of it. So stock photos, Instagram presence wasn't real, but we trying to promote it so we can get more people to work. All of that, bro. Like I'm not oblivious to that whatsoever. I am very, very hip to that. Blindly Gab is awake. What be your schedule? You always wake up at like 11:30. Jay, you have to play a James Blue Suit video you dropped earlier today. That was awesome. I got you. Let me see. Let's see. Is it gonna play? I got you. It's pulling up. All right. I can't stand listening to myself. But here we go.
James, it's not James.
and I am your favorite private investigator and private auditor. I cannot disclaim or disclose who I am representing. However, the case that I will be looking into today is Turn Upon USA's fraudulent activity with Club America and their fake chapters. And I shall be calling a school and figuring out what's going on because I do specialize in fraudulent behavior. So we're going to see today if something fugazi is going on. And I stopped at your school because it says that you have a Club America chapter. Is that still active at your high school?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't heard of that at all since I've been here.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm currently investigating all the clubs, making sure that they're real and active, obviously. And
I haven't, we have a club day on Wednesday, and I have never heard that mentioned. It's not on any of our paperwork or anything that I've seen.
gotcha. Okay. Well, I greatly appreciate your help.
You're very welcome. Have a really nice day.
Thank you. You too. Phone call number 2.
Can I help you?
Hi, my name is James. I work on the clubs, active clubs around America, kind of audit, make sure everything's active and still going. You guys have a Club America listed on this website to have an active chapter at your school for your students. Is that still going?
What type of club is that? Let me put you through to our principal. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay. I got scared as hell here. I ain't gonna lie. I got nervous. I felt like I was in trouble all over again. He ended up not answering though. Erica, is that still active at you guys' school?
Does it say who's in charge of that?
It doesn't. It just is on Turning Point USA's website as a active high school chapter. Yes, Turning Point USA Club America student-led organization chapter. So I just wanted to confirm if that's still active or if it's inactive.
I honestly cannot tell you. I have no idea.
Okay.
Right now, our teachers are gone for the summer, so I wouldn't.
Have you ever heard of Club America being around your school?
I haven't, honestly.
Good morning. My name is. So as y'all can see, these high schools are so confused. They're like, bro, what are you talking about? One lady I called that I didn't get. I freaking thought I was recording and I thought I was recording and it wasn't. The lady said, she said, what you just said? I've never heard of an American club. I was like, no, it's a Club America. She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been there for 15 years. I've never heard of that. I was like, yeah, I figured. Well, we gonna call some more tomorrow. I need the good Dr. James to give Lisa one of them. What are you talking about? Yeah, she need one of them, man. We try to be professional. Dr. James he tries to be a professional gentleman, but we might see. She might bring out the bad side. I think it's crazy how Trump pardoned Tyler Boyer. Yeah, I mean that is telling within itself. Very. Y'all funny talking about Lisa got a crush. Somebody was like, man, every time I watch Lisa make a video about you, I see a little grin. Bro, y'all are funny. I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna leave that to y'all. Appreciate you, Scott, for the dono to the channel, supporting. Ain't much, but glad Bays told me love you. I appreciate it. And it's more than enough, bro. You're supporting the channel. Anything helps. Don't really matter to me, man. So I definitely appreciate you. Facts. Imagine your priority being to deny a relationship, but not having any involvement in your husband's murder. That's what I was talking about. Like, we coming out denying allegations, boyfriend rumors. Shawty, you being accused of being like some type of accomplice and like to your husband's murder, and you don't even care about that. Sure. You don't want to say nothing because the case is fresh. Sure. The case is still going. You don't want to hurt the trial. You don't want to, tank the jury. Sure. Let's see. I can think of many different things. Superman neck. You don't want to say nothing about that. Oh, you know what? Sure. You don't want to taint the jury, affect the case, whatever. You were grooming. I didn't mean to say that, but you were messing with little kids. Can you come out and say something about that? Because you still work with kids to this day, and you're actually pushing to work with more kids. No, you don't want to say nothing about that. She doesn't have to respond to you. She actually does, because I seen the screenshots. I saw the screenshots. The girl has came out and told Candace that it's real. And you're gonna have people like Lisa being like, did Candace provide the evidence that she talked to Jillian? And I'm like, are you sick in the head? Why would she lie about talking to Jillian? Jillian came out and said, yeah, that was real. And at the time, I had no idea that she was being inappropriate. And yes, that's valid, because she was being broomed. Of course she didn't know. That's why an adult is an adult and a kid is a kid. The adult is supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, Megyn Kelly said something. Oh my gosh. I'm so mad I missed it. Megyn Kelly said something in that same interview. Oh, I low-key gotta find it. She said something in that same interview about kids being broomed. And I literally was like, oh my Lord. This was another thing about like how she didn't realize that she was literally talking about Erika. I'm gonna just let this play in the background while I'm still looking at y'all comments. And then if it ever comes up, then we can talk about it. If it don't come up, then it's cool. We'll find it another time. Oh, shoot, we might already be here. Hold on. Let me show y'all. I know this is a late episode. Typically we usually done by like 12:45, 1 o'clock, but obviously I missed y'all. Clearly. That's why we're still talking at 1:20 in the morning. So forgive me for this being extra long tonight. Probably because I drank the whole thing. I wasn't supposed to. Because I'm jacked right now. I wasn't supposed to. I was only supposed to drink half just to get me to about 11:45 midnight. But it's over with. I drank the whole thing.
But and this is how they do it. Like, talk dirty to them, like raise inappropriate subject matters with them so that it will be less jarring when I do it, when I get there.
Oh, really, Megyn? How did I find that first try? That's crazy. Really? Is that how brooming works? Okay. For Valentine's Day, I'm going to touch your butt. That sounds familiar. I want to play in your lady garden. Oh, I want to know why she said that. 1 second. What did she say? Give me a sex. Oh, I meant sec. Sex too, but not from you. I don't bat for the other team just yet. Incoming Lisa. People make mistakes all the time. People accidentally type stuff all the time. Autocorrect, it happens all the time. I said, Lisa, it's not about the autocorrect. You can have that. I'm talking about what she said after that. She doubled and tripled down on the freakiness. You can have the autocorrect with the sex thing, whatever. I'm looking at my keyboard. The X and the C is next to each other. You can have that. But she said immediately after that, I want sex too, but not from you. Are you going to acknowledge that part? It gets worse. She tripled it. She tripled down, right? She doubled down and tripled down. The next one is, I don't bat for the other team just yet. What does that mean? I ain't gay just yet. I haven't, wiggled myself into the female realm just yet. Which we all know that she for sure likes the ladies more than the men. We saw that with her interactions on Instagram with all of her best friends and how she used to get really wordy in the comments. And Lisa and all the other folks, they just ignore that. They ignore the fact that she doubled and tripled down after the autocorrect. But did y'all just hear what Megyn Kelly just said? I mean, she describes Erika Kirk to Erika Frantzve to a T in this entire segment. I just want to do it one more time.
This is how they do it. This is how they do it. Like, talk dirty to them, like raise inappropriate subject matters with them so that it will be less jarring when I do it, when I get there. This is how they do it. So this is why, all these leftist, submissions to our children's libraries really do matter in trying to take the guard down on discussing anal.
Oh, my Lord. I'm so glad I stopped right there. See y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. All right, Megyn. Seems like you know a thing or two about stuff like that, but you don't want to acknowledge your best friend. Your friend. All right. That's your friend. Erika responded to a pageant invitation by saying, why would they nominate me? But when nominated for a future CEO position, when misfortune befalls her husband, she hopes off. I'm tripping. My brain is going so fast right now. She hops off the bench like a six-man. Facts. I mean, clearly she felt like it was a calling to be the CEO. That's why it's so funny when people try to bring up the list that Charlie Kirk read about like loneliness and all that. And they're like, Charlie Kirk was using that as a segment on Fox News or something. Which I saw that segment. What they fail to realize is that Charlie Kirk is still describing Erika Frantzve to this day right now. Right now, Erika Frantzve is that list of the careerism. They're going to be lonely, though. He's still describing her. So even though I understand it's debunked that Charlie wasn't personally writing that note and Erika found it and she was like, even though she still was shocked like she never seen it before. Regardless, that column was still describing Erika Frantzve because she's career driven. I feel like she responded so fast because it hurts the brand of the working mama widow. Maybe. I mean, maybe. Just again, this is more serious allegations and accusations out there. besides, hey, you got a boyfriend. Oh my gosh, I must address the nation to let everybody know that I don't have a boyfriend and I'm actually in my house crying, still grieving, being a victim. I would never touch another man ever again after Charlie Kirk, even though it's completely normal to remarry, but I must not. God didn't tell me to do that. I shall stay single and a widow for 45 years. I was only married to Charlie for 4 years, but for the next 40 years, I would never marry another man. I will never touch another man for the next 40 years. Okay. I don't really care if she get a new boyfriend. Times are tough. Obviously, this would be very soon to have one. But like, we know that she's not going to get, I think we all can agree she's not going to get a new boyfriend. That would go against her entire brand of the widow, the working mama widow. So she's not going to get another boyfriend, husband, none of that. She might sneak around, but she going to uphold that image. Don't feel bad. I wasted $5 to watch the Shawn Ryan and Megyn interview early today too. Early too. I'm just reading words that ain't even there. It was very disappointing. Honestly, pretty dang boring. Yeah, it was. It to me, it was. I was trying to skip through stuff. I couldn't just sit through the 3 hours, bro. It was just talking about stuff that I'm like, we know Trump's terrible. We know Trump has changed. We know he's reversed course on everything he campaigned on. We know. I don't want to sit here and talk about it for 2 hours. Why doesn't Erika ever share any stories of when Charlie told her that he wanted her to lead TPUSA in his absence, along with what her response was to him when he suggested it? I know, right? We don't hear none of that. Apparently, it was just a one-time thing, right on the stage at that very moment that was also recorded. That was the first and only time he's ever mentioned Erika taking over. So I don't know. Andrew Colville will come out of nowhere and say, "Oh no. The night before Charlie died, he actually texted me." No. He actually called me, because texted would be different. He called me and said, "Hey, I think they're going to kill me tomorrow. So make sure Erika's prepared to take over CEO." Andrew always be controlling that ghost, man. The ghost of Charlie is crazy. My fault. I'm skipping a little bit because y'all yapping tonight, but I'm realizing I'm at the ones that were at midnight, and it's 1:30. So that means there's a lot of comments that I missed that I'm behind on. So I'm skipping. Yeah, that's a fact. I'm convinced everyone taking up for the foolishness from EK is a paid actor. Only a fool would condone and co-sign the BS. Absolutely. 100%. I mean, it's you can't agree with TBUSA 100% of the time. It got to be something that you got to be like, nah, bro, that's not right. But nah, these folks defend them 100% of the time. nonprofit, taking tax dollars, receiving hundreds of millions. I talked about that earlier today I don't even think I posted that, but on X I did though, with that governor or something donating $1 million to Turning Point for Club America. And I'm like, he's doing that for a reason. Club America, Turning Point USA don't need $1 million. They raised $250 million in Q4 last year. They were probably on pace for another at least $84 million a year. That was what they did the year before. So I'm assuming it probably was going to be like, they was growing every year. So I'm assuming it probably would have been like $100+ million this year or last year. So they didn't need $1 million. But why did that governor do that? Obviously, he's benefiting in other ways. If he really wanted to help the community, if he really wanted to help those kids, he would have took that $1 million, split it 100 ways, and gave it to those kids for college funds, for working so hard in this multi-million, $100 million company, and they get paid pennies. Volunteer, he would have split that $1 million 100 ways if he really wanted to help kids. But no, he wanted to give it directly to the company that already got probably $1 billion, access to $1 billion. He wanted to give the company $1 million. You ain't helping no kids, bro. But that's why it pissed me off, because they swear, oh, I just love kids so much. I just want to help them so much. And they never do. They never do. They just hide behind the kids as an act just to turn around and hurt the kids. That's what pisses me off. They did that for those orphanages in Romania. Oh, we're helping these unfortunate kids. And then they turn around and sell them off. You know what I mean? In my opinion, hopefully I need to say that. But they set up these things where it's like, oh, we're here to help kids. And then they push these Bible verses and all of that. And it's like, it's the weirdest. It's so backwards. They're like, if we say we're helping kids, then they won't know that we're actually Kobe. My dog's dreaming. They're like, oh, if we say we're helping kids, they actually won't know that we're hurting kids. And this is sick. Oh, we're helping kids and we're preaching the Bible. We're not doing nothing suspicious over here. And the whole time they just controlling them, brainwashing them, selling them off. It's the sickest thing ever. Blackline Brief in the chat, man. What's going on? It's probably ways. This is at midnight, 12:30. That was an hour ago. Welcome, bro. Welcome. Hey, man, that's what I like to see. You know, that's what I like to see, man. I hope y'all good. I really do. I hope y'all good. Because I enjoy watching the both of y'all after discovering you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know who Baze was until everything went down, but I'm hoping y'all are good and everything's squashed, because y'all are both great creators. Y'all are both great creators. So hopefully y'all good, because I watched the both of y'all. Nah, no baby yet. No baby yet. We July. Almost. What beef? We all good here? Great. Great news. Y'all make my day when I hear stuff like that. I don't like, you know, I don't like seeing everybody feeling all down and out, man. We all on the same side, and I respect the hell out of everybody that's on this side, because Kobe finna throw a water bottle at you, bro. I respect the hell out of everybody that's on this side because it's not easy. It's not easy being gaslit every single day. It's not easy being on the side of truth. And so that's one thing we all have in common is that we're on the side of truth. And that's more than enough that we need, in common to be cool with each other. So I'm glad to see. I really am. Why are so many people afraid to stand on truth? Oh man. It's a great question. I would say it's not popular, but it kind of is popular. That's why everybody is they're so upset at Candace Owens for having so many supporters. They're so upset at everybody, the small creators, when in reality, it's just more people are invested in the truth. That's why this topic is not going away. But the people that are afraid to stand on truth is because they're bought and paid for it. They expose themselves by not standing on truth. That's what happens. That's why I respect the hell out of Candace Owens, because she shows that she doesn't take any money from outside people. You can tell because she just talks, no filter. But when you have your Megyn Kellys and all of that stuff, they can say all day they don't take money from outside people. But I'm like, no, you're avoiding topics for a reason. Why else would you be avoiding topics? You're avoiding topics for a reason. You want to stay away from certain topics for a reason. If you truly was independent, if you truly didn't care and say whatever you want, you'd be sitting here just like me, just yapping, and I'm going to just tell it how it is. But I also would never be heavy into politics because they'll try to knock you off. So some people probably try to stay clear of that because they don't want to, put anybody in danger and stuff like that. Maybe so. Maybe. I just feel like Candace got the biggest target on her head, and that's never stopped her. She's like, I'm gonna keep on, preaching the truth. Coach isn't hating on you, Jay. He's just playing. Yeah. We going, man. I'm gonna reach out to him, man. He probably won't reply. Never mind. He probably won't respond. We'll cross paths. One day. Think you and Coach will be one hell of a collab. Yeah, like I said, we'll cross paths. One day. That would be cool. But yeah, when content, podcasters like that, I don't mind. I don't blame them for being like, what's in it for me? I'm the one that's giving you the platform because my platform is this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he is like that, but typically, if I reach out, that's typically how they kind of view it. So like, however we cross paths organically one day, I'll be down for that for sure. I'm just waiting for Lisa to pop up in the chat. She's stalking you. Yeah, she's somewhere. She's somewhere screen recording. Man, what is going on? You always come in around this time too. Hope you're doing good. You have been schooled in those pyramid schemes? Yeah, I know all about them. I know all about them. So yeah, when I see one, I know. When I see a little fraud going on, I know. Blake Wynn, who was holding her purse? Blake Wynn. Blake Wynn was holding Erika's purse outside of that White House thing, and that was very weird and strange. My husband used to always tell me, "I'm not holding your purse." I miss him so much now. Dang it. It's the little things that make me emotional. Just miss him more and more every day. I am for sure sorry that, on what happened. Because yeah, it's the little things that will remind you of somebody and you would just completely break down and realize, um, you know, that they're gone or whatever the situation is. It happens. I be having some of those every day. Something so small, like my wife's grandma. She just happened to go. It was random. Wasn't any signs of anything like that. It's like, you know, she was always good walking around and never had an issue with nothing. And just got a random call one day, and it was her time. And then it was like, so it was just so random because again, she was just like, looks like the healthiest person ever. All smiles, always joking, always active. And she went to sleep and never woke up. You know what I mean? So like every day that goes by, sometimes I'll get reminded of like small things. She used to love, like, she's super connected with like Duke, like Duke University. And so like anytime I watch Duke, something will come up, and like it's just little random things that she would like joke with about me or something like that. And it's just like you start to really think, and it does hit you that one day somebody can be here and the next day they just gone. And it's just like that feeling is just so crazy because it's just like, what just happened? Like what just had all the years that you've been in my life, and just a snap of the finger, you just not like that. It's so hard to like comprehend. So it's just so crazy, man. Life is so crazy. He's more like 5'3". You talking about Big Ben? Big Ben, man. That's Big Ben. Sky Soka. I appreciate Soka. I appreciate it. Don't know. Thank you for supporting the channel. CK is the reason I believe in God. Felt like losing a family member. I was crying more than Erika. Was watching her speak a few days later. I thought something was wrong with me. Hindsight is 2020. Absolutely. And you're not the only one. We all felt very moved by CK's, death. Shoot, I tell that story all the time on where I was when I started to get into his content, and it happened all of after he died. And I wish I was hip on his content when he was alive. I wish I was able to give him his flowers while he was alive, because he truly was a leader of the youth, the younger generation, millennials, Gen Z, all of that. But yeah, like I felt so weird after 9/10. And there was a side of TikTok where a lot of people was making fun of him, and a lot of people was, I don't know, they was just saying so many different crazy things. And I immediately started to defend him, but I also could relate just from like that father perspective and husband. Before I even figured out who Erika was, I was like, bro, as a father, as a husband, I'm like, bro, as a brother, because he's a brother, I'm like, man, it's just that just did something to me, man. I was like, nah, bro, that's just wasn't right. They did that in broad daylight in front of all them kids. I'll never forget that. And then I'll never forget what they did afterwards. I never forget how many people betrayed Charlie. I'll never forget how many people that don't have his back right now. I'll never forget how many people that's trying to sweep his under the rug. We'll never forget. I appreciate you, Buffy. I'm so anti-drama too. Must be why I love you, Jake. Man, I love y'all too. Cause I appreciate y'all for, I think this is like a very, very safe space. And it's always felt safe too. It's always felt safe. I mean, I love talking to y'all. It's 2 a.m. This is by far the longest stream, the longest episode, this longest Yappisode out of all 21 episodes. And I'm just crazy. Can't do nothing but appreciate y'all. Part of me is convinced Lisa isn't being paid. She just truly believes in EK so much she creates her own facts to be able to support her. If she doing all this for free, that's what makes me think like, okay, I don't bring in out like family and all of that, but if she is truly doing all this for free, I'm like, man, what is the husband doing? As a man, man, there's no way that you can't be like, look, listen, I know you love Miss Shalami, I get it, but look, bro, Shawty is wrong on this one topic right here. Shawty is wrong. Don't go on the internet defending her on this right here. I just feel like as a man, that's what you would do. Maybe he don't even know the content she puts out. Maybe like my wife could care less about like what I do on the internet. You know what I mean? Like she knows like the basis of what I do. Because I've been doing it for years, but like she don't know like every day I'm posting a video on TikTok. Like she don't know my topics. You know what I mean? So maybe it's one of them where it's like he just don't care. She's just off making videos and he just has no idea. Maybe. Let them do the work. Proud of you saying that, Jay. Straight to them vultures. Evil. Yeah, 100%. I appreciate you, Buffy. They definitely need to. I don't know, bro. Like just call the schools yourself. Figure it out. How about you just have me on and I talk about Lisa the whole time instead? I feel like that could be way more entertaining. Bro, y'all are funny. Let me see what this poll is at. What we got? 54% no, 46% yes. All right, Lisa, you out of luck. That's 3 Yappisodes straight of no. Yeah, that was pretty close. Thank you very much. I'm definitely excited. You're right. How many likes we at right now? Let me see. 102. Okay, I appreciate y'all. There we go. That was at 1:15. Okay. We almost towards the end. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there. Man, this is always the funniest part of me. I'll be cracking me up. Let's have a photo shoot, but don't tell your mom. Right. That lady weird. That lady weird. Went around, the mama set up the photo shoot. And then Lisa talking about the mom took her to the photo shoot. The mom failed her too. What are you talking about? You a mother. She's a mother. I'm like, bro, like when you defending stuff like that on the internet, bro, you got to be careful because you look crazy defending this on the internet. The mom, I'm not saying the mom failed her in general, like in life, but she failed her daughter in that very moment because she took her daughter to that photo shoot based on what her daughter told her. She didn't do her own vetting of who Erika Frantzve was. I don't have any daughters, and maybe it's for a reason because, dude, I'd be so protective, and I'm protective over my sons too. Like my second son ain't even here yet, and I feel, the need to, you know what I mean, be that protective. But over my first son, like I'm protective over him too. You know what I mean? I couldn't even imagine a daughter. Boy, what? I wish my imaginary daughter would come to me and say, I got a photo shoot set up. From who? Who set up a photo shoot? First off, ain't nothing set up until you talk to me. So what is it? What's the proposal? What photo shoot? Oh, this 25-year-old woman. I'm talking to her. She gonna set me up. Hold on, you texting a 25-year-old woman? Oh, mom or dad. She's just my mentor for my to get into modeling. 25-year-old. Let me read the messages. ASAP. Like what? Give me your phone. Let me see the messages. Oh, look, your skin, your lips, your eyes. You're so beautiful. Bro, I would have pulled up on Erika Frantz's face so fast and you ain't going to no photo shoot. Matter of fact, set it up. How about that? Set up the photo shoot, but you ain't going. But tell her to meet you there. I'll be there. Jay, stop being so hilarious. Now you're banned from drinking the entire Kenny and she drinking. I'm telling you that was the worst idea ever. I wasn't supposed to. At night, I'm only supposed to drink like half a can. I 1000% messed up. I was just yapping and drinking because it's 2 a.m. and I haven't felt the crash yet. I'm in big trouble. I would have been yawned by now. I haven't yawned yet. And my brain is still moving. Interesting, there hasn't been much of a deep dive into Tyler as a person. Reporters usually interview friends, neighbors, family to better understand the suspect. Feels like that piece is missing. Yeah, I mean, I think they're also trying to portray him as like this evil monster. I think they looked into his past. It's pretty boring. Like he would probably just be like this normal kid that lived a regular life that was not showing any signs of him being crazy and wanted to wake up and hurt somebody and go to a roof and do that. It would be very boring. It doesn't fit the narrative. So I think that's why they don't look into it. Because it would just prove that he is not that crazy. He's pretty smart, probably. I think Lance is crazy. I think I forgot what that guy's name is, but he had said it on the Black Line Briefs episode one time, and I 100% agree. But I don't even think Lance's name is Lance. I think the government gave him that name because he's a Fed, and Lance Twiggs is not even a real person, right? The name, that guy that we see on the TV, that name is Lance Twiggs. His name is something else, and if we can find that out, we would probably find out a lot more about this Charlie Kirk investigation if we figured out who Lance Twiggs actually is, because I think he's a Fed. You ain't going, but someone will be going. That is a fact. I'll be sitting there right there waiting on Erika to pull up. Getting hungry at 2 a.m. is not something I ever feel, but dang it, I freaking craving everything all at once. Feeling your pregnancy cravings. Yeah, I mean, that is the tricky part about staying up late. That's why it's a little dangerous. Because you will get hungry because you're up, and then when you eat, that's how bad habits are created. So be careful. Because eating up late is very tough. I haven't ate since when was dinner? No, I usually eat a snack after dinner. That was like 8, 9 o'clock. I don't eat nothing else after that. That's the danger zone. Especially right now. I'm hungry, but one of my key things with late nights like this is that I'll have like a sparkling water. A Spindrift is what I use, the brand, the sparkling water. Like it's carbonated and stuff. So like that low key will like fill you up to the point where like you can go to sleep not feeling hungry, because it's like kind of filling the sparkling water. So then you wake up and then now it's like, oh, you good. But that's one of my tricks. Sparkling water late at night when I feel like I'm hungry at 2 a.m. and then I'm all good. Cheeseburgers at 3 a.m. Look, you pregnant, so that's okay. You got a free pass. You can do absolutely whatever you want. I tell my wife that all the time. She's like, "Would you judge me if I ate it?" I'm like, "No, go eat whatever you want." Like I wish I had an excuse to just eat whatever I want. I can't do that. So go eat whatever you want. I don't eat past like 7 p.m. ever. I drink probably 150 ounces or more water every single day. That's why I'm never hungry. Yeah, you got great habits, because 7 p.m. till I'm like a 9:30 cutoff, 9 p.m. cutoff type of guy. But yeah, you got the great habits. That's exactly how everybody should be. Have some type of cutoff, and do not be snacking at 11 p.m. if you ain't pregnant. That is a fact. But I appreciate y'all for joining and listening and yapping. This was definitely one of the most fun Yappisodes out of the 21 Yappisodes. I really did enjoy it, and I definitely missed y'all over the weekend. So make sure you guys hit the like button before you get out of here. I appreciate y'all for joining and listening. Make sure you guys, if you're new to the channel, you just lurking in here for the first time ever at 2 a.m. East Coast time, hit the sub button before we get out of here. We're on the road to 22K, and I appreciate all the support along the way. It's Sunday, so we got plenty of Yappisodes this week as usual. Probably be back on tomorrow. Y'all know Wednesdays my only cardio nights. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is all out there to have a Yappisode. So make sure you turn your notifications on as well. So that way you can be notified when the Yappisode is going to happen later that night. I usually try to put it up there by like between like noon and 4 p.m. to give everybody a heads up. So make sure you turn your notifications on too, because we're gonna be having a lot to talk about, and there will be more collabs coming soon. Obviously, y'all saw tonight the ones that we were mentioning. There's some others that working on, in the dark, trying to get stuff going. So there are gonna be some great collabs coming soon. We're working, we're growing, and I can't wait. And I can't do nothing but appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. So I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great night. Get some sleep. It's only 2 a.m. already. Hopefully I can wake up by 6 a.m. to work out. I probably won't, but hopefully I can try. I'm gonna probably try to set my alarm and then put my phone like across the room to make myself get up. If I sit it next to me, bro, I'm snoozing forever. I was supposed to get up this morning at 5:45. I snoozed it until my son woke me up at like 7. And I was like, dang, I snoozed that thing for over an hour. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna see. But I hope you have a good night. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.